Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. Like, not him. Not him.
Back his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, it's Tuesday night, and you know what that is? It's Wrestling with Knuckleheads. And you know what happened? You called up, you went on Seamless, you called up the restaurant, you said, yo, listen, I'm looking for some food. And they said, what kind of food you want? I said, I don't know, man. I'm in the mood for some good food. And what happened? They knocked on your door. The delivery came early. And what did they deliver? The Knucklehead Network, the Nukkle Comics Podcast. Tonight we talking about SHAZAM. Tonight we talking about some real shit. We bringing bangers every Tuesday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Thursday night, every Friday night. We got Kaz. We got Cap. We had Show, but he left. We got SHAZAM in the building. We got SHAZAM on Friday. We got Bam Wham. Thank you, man. Every fucking week. Holla at us. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Excellent. So not only did you get knuckleheads delivered to your house, but it came with 2 extra chicken wings.
That's right.
So congratulations.
Right. And they're vegan too. They're grilled.
Oh. Yo, no lie. Question of the day has just like turned into the vegans corner. We just nah. We haven't done vegan talk in a while.
I got a kind of a question of the day.
Perfect. Let's do it right into it. What's up, Pootie?
What up, Pootie?
My question is actually for you, Cabs. Season 1, The Last of Us. You're the expert here.
Season 1 of The Last of Us, man. Season 1 of The Last of Us is just as amazing and just as controversial as the game. Like I said last week, Bella Ramsey 1, Internet 0. You just internet. The internet's undefeated. You got to take an L on Bella Ramsey. Like, I'm sorry. She crushed it as Ellie. Yeah, she doesn't look like Ellie, but the way she just portrayed Ellie, I think it was great. She really comes into her own. Bella does, like episode 5, 6. That's when you really start to feel like the Ellie stuff. But Thought she was amazing. Pedro Pascal is like the most famous person on the planet right now. You know, so I was extremely happy with it. I thought it was perfect. There's a lot of controversial takes on, well, not takes, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. One of the big things is, you know, there was no zombies, there was no infected in the show. I mean, the point of The Last of Us is not the infected. They've always been the backdrop. You know, it's about the scary humans, not the scary infected. And then the final episode, which I knew was going to be controversial from the beginning. You know, that choice, I don't, you know, we're going into spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already been out for like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, the game's been out for how many years?
Well, I'm talking about, you know, just in case the last episode just aired, the last episode of the season just aired. But what Joel does at the end of the show, same way the first game ended, people have been talking shit about whether they're right or wrong, or whether Joel was right or wrong. Been doing this since 2013. I knew the same thing would happen here, and you know, source material stuck to, well, you know, an adaptation of something stuck to the source material when you're having the same argument from the original source material. So that's a good thing. But yo, I'm so ready for more Last of Us. Last of Us was good. I don't think it waned down like people said. I actually thought it got better. I thought, like, besides episode 3, which was just a masterpiece, you either hate or love that episode for whatever your reasons. I'm not getting into that. But like episode 1 and 2 were like, okay. 4, I really started getting like emotionally invested, like episode 5. But man, what a ride. I thought it was good. I thought it was excellent, actually. And it's good to see video game adaptations done well. You know, it's hard. You know, anime adaptations are also tough. We just saw what happened with Cowboy Bebop. Feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. Last of Us. Thumb of approval.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. The last episode where she was pretty much taken by those guys and she killed homeboy, I was like, okay, I know what Kaz was talking about. Give her the award now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Episode 6 and 7, Bella just went off.
Yeah.
6, 7, and 8, because 7 was the Left Behind kind of like backdrop, kind of like a flashback. But 6, 7, and 8, yo, when she's like about to like patch up Joel, this was like episode 7, or like maybe at the end of 6, no, episode 7, and Joel's like, yo, bro, just go on without me, leave me alone. She's like, shut the fuck up, Joel. Yo, like that line just keeps playing over and over and over in my head. Like, man, it was good. Did you guys watch the final episode though?
Yes. I wanted to ask you.
I want to ask you, like, you know what's funny? When I originally played the game, I saw people like, oh, we should have had the choice of whether Joel leaves Ellie to get the surgery and, you know, die because of the surgery, or do what he did and go Rambo, kill everybody to save her. And I was like, no, this isn't how you go a whole video game without making one choice, and then at the end of the video game, they just give you a choice now. You are playing Joel's story. Joel's not a good person. As wholesome as he was with Ellie at times, he's not a good person. He says it over and over and over again. And I was always like, no, it should have played out how the directors intended it to play out. We are playing their story. It's not our story for us to make a choice. Whether you agree with it or not, that's on you. Now, watching it in live action, though, I gotta say that, like, I didn't get this from the game. And shout out to Pedro Pascal, just amazing actor. When him and Ellie are walking through the forest, you could see something changed in Joel. Something snapped. He felt a little bit more crazy to me. And I actually got to see Ellie like a little scared of Joel, almost like she's like I know she doesn't believe him, and I know that she feels safe, and clearly she's always gonna feel safe around Joel. But like, I don't know, man. I saw something like turn in Joel, and I didn't get that from the game. And I was like, and it made me think, like, man, was Joel right? Was he wrong? And at the end of the day, whether you believe he's right or wrong, I think the argument here is, what would Ellie have done? And should have Joel given her the choice? And I can't believe I'm saying this. Joel should have gave her the choice. Joel should have gave her the choice. I mean, but that's the thing, though. Did Ellie didn't know the choice?
Yeah, they
she
took away
didn't-
that choice to begin with.
Everyone took away the choice from Ellie,
Yeah.
right? So that's where I'm at. So it's like, you took the choice away. The doctors took the choice away. Everyone took the choice away. So is it a situation where Joel's being selfish? Is that whole parental thing? I don't know, man. This is going to be an argument that's going to go on forever. It's going to, I tried to stay away from it. And my argument has always been, we're watching their story. So it plays out, I know you're controlling a character, but you're not controlling the decisions. And here, we're not controlling a damn thing. We're watching the story. So like watching it has made me think a lot more about it. And it's like, I don't know. I still am lost. And I love how it just ends. There's no drag on. Shout out to Rough Riders. But there's no drag on going. This is just, she literally says, okay. And I love shit like that, bro. Just end. Like, sure, it's going to be a nasty cliffhanger, but what isn't a cliffhanger nowadays, right? But for people who didn't play the game, just watching it, what did you think about Joel's choice at the end?
I've never played the game. I just watched the video game ending in the last 20 minutes while waiting for this to start. So to see how they stuck almost fucking word for word was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
My thing is not with the choice. Because at the end of the day, I mean, she still is a minor. And in real life, minors rarely, if ever, get a choice. My whole thing that got me hung up was, I know he's not a man of words. Right? So we never got that moment of, oh, you went from cargo to family.
Yeah.
Verbally said.
Mm-hmm.
So his how on the way to the end to go to Tommy's, you see he's a little something. That threw me. Because I was like, it's like, wow, there's something. I was like, yo, there's something wrong with this. There's something.
It was unsettling. I was like, yo, Joel, like, you did some really wild shit, man. Like, yeah.
And it's the thing of like that one dude in episode 8 wanted her for something. I don't want to get into that shit. And then you see Joel come in, and now this is like, oh, it almost felt like she's not a part of the family. She took over and replaced. And that was a little like, oh shit, because 2 episodes, I know time is weird in these episodes, but like 2 episodes ago, you were like, hey, fuck it, you go with him. I'm done. And now all of a sudden, you're like, my precious, I'm gonna, like, ugh.
I mean, I know. And it's like, I guess and my bad, you were continue. I didn't mean to cut you off. My fault.
Dude. It's
So
a pretty
like,
flowing thing.
so like, we saw something change in Joel very early. I think it was episode 2, when they're like on their way, that they see the Capitol building or whatever, and she goes and Joel goes, she's to Ellie. He says, "Is it everything you've ever dreamed of?" And she was like, "Jury's still out, but you can't deny that view." When she said that, Joel looked at her and was like, man, this kid's all right. Like something changed. And then, when he decides to leave her off with Tommy, it wasn't that he wanted to. He just kept thinking like, bro, all I've done is put you in danger. It's again, that fatherly instinct just displayed wrong, I guess, where it's like, bro, I'm like, he's starting to feel for her as a child. So maybe he's nervous about losing someone again.
I read that differently.
How'd you get it?
I read that as you have to go with Tommy because I can't do this no more. I physically can't fucking do it, and you will die if I go out there with you.
Of course. Well, yeah, I got that too. And weird because we didn't get the heart stuff anymore. We got that for an episode, and then we don't get it. We don't see it ever again. My man never had to take a second anymore. And I think that all has to do with Ellie. He says physically he can't do it. I think that was just a cop out for trying to get rid of her, because he was actually, I think he was, by this point, he was already kind of gaining or feeding these things for her. And he clearly says, I'm not your dad, you're not my daughter. But I think he said that in a way like, man, I don't want to be broken again. I can't have this. And then we learn later in the last episode, we learned that he tried to take himself out because after his daughter died. So it's like, and then, she says, it's like, yeah, I think I get it. Time heals all wounds. And he looks at her, he goes, it wasn't time. So like at the end of this, and this is the story arc, this is true to the game. It's like we see him, their love for each other, their bonds start growing. And I think he definitely took it. He ramps it up. And again, I didn't feel this in the game, but I felt it now.
I was gonna say that watching the ending in the video game, it felt more like a natural progression where you're like, all right, it's me and you versus the world, kid.
Yeah.
This is all we got. Like it felt when he turned around and it's like, oh, there was a whole bunch of you and none of it worked. And they stopped looking for a cure in the car. And then she asked him, like, swear to me that everything you said. And he just I know it's a video game, so the emotion is not there in the capture, but he just simply like, I swear. She's like, okay. That felt like a natural, like, all right, it's just us two. I guess that story where here, because of that look in his eyes.
Yeah.
When she's like, oh, swear, and he's like, I swear, I'm like, that just feels wrong.
Bad. It feels
wrong.
It feels like the last dude from episode 8 that like wanted to keep her for whatever the reasons. Obviously Joel doesn't have that in mind, but if you watch the developer diary after the show, that's what the director goes into. He's like, yo, like love makes you do weird things. Like love can make you do good things. Love can make you do bad things. And in this case, we will always ask that question.
You know
what Joel did for love, was it good or bad?
I skipped through a couple of parts, so I don't know if these lines were in there. But I think what was weird.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to fix something in the
was when he was like, when he was talking about his daughter, it's like, oh, I think you'd like her, and I think she'd like you. And he turned around and was like, oh, you're different. She's a little more girly.
Yeah.
Not that you're not girly. And then her smile would light up the room. Not that you're.
Yeah.
That is where I was like, huh. This is what?
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I didn't feel the weirdness. It's almost like a precious thing. Like I'm gonna guard you with my life, but you're mine, and I'm not gonna let anyone do anything to you.
You know what it is? I honestly think that in this version of in this version of the story, you feel more the impact of the world went to shit. I try to protect my daughter, and they took her from me. Now you're forcing me to watch this girl. We go through this entire shit only to find out that you're going to kill her anyway.
Yeah.
So I brought her here to die. I wasn't protecting her. I was protecting your shit.
Yeah.
So when he snaps and just fucking murks everybody in the hospital.
And I would like to speak about that.
That was fantastic.
I was like, holy shit. This is not a man. I didn't get a I'm coming to save you moment. I got this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And everybody in here is gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And I think Toad's favorite part is when he walked in and the doctor's like, "I can't let you have it." He's like, "I don't got time." Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Finally.
And it's the same thing in the game too. That first doctor's like, "Hey, just bang," and you actually get to shoot him. I think you could get a trophy if you don't. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played the game. I will say this: in a video game, scenes like that make sense. In this one, it's like, bruh, like, dude, I understand that it's just one man, but this is the one man that just crossed the entire country to bring this girl here, and you just gonna like, no cuffs, no zip ties, nothing,
Well,
nothing.
you know what's funny? The reason I like that scene is we've heard nothing but how bad Joel was.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a killer he was. How he killed innocents. He did horrible shit. And this whole time, you don't really like you see glimpses of it, but like when he's sitting up in the what do you call right before all the bloater and all those people come up, when he's picking people off, it's like anybody with a decent shot could do that.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
there was nothing special here. It's like, oh, this scene's in particular, and the scene where he was interrogating the dude, and then he killed him. It's like, why'd you kill him? He's like, don't worry, I believe him. And he killed the other guy. That was the first time I was like, oh, they didn't send her with a good guy. Joel's not the good guy in the story. Ellie's the good guy in the story. Joel is the villain, or Joel is a villain, and you can see how his influence turns her. Because even though she's correct in hacking the shit out of that dude in episode 8, I applaud her for that 100%. But to see that level that she goes,
that's Joel. That's Joel in her. That's a little Joel in her for sure.
You could definitely see the influence.
And that's what she did to Joel. And like to get really, literal with it, she literally saved his life. And she didn't quit on him. He told her, he tried to leave her with Tommy. And she said, "No, I'm going with you." And then he almost dies. And she's like, "Yo, leave me." And she still decides not to leave him. So like, it's a great point that you made about Ellie picking up some of the Joelisms, but he definitely picked up some Ellie in him too, especially that humanity from her. The giraffe scene, one of the best scenes of the entire game. And like, he's looking at her like, man, this girl is incredible. Like, I am definitely falling in love with her as a dad. I don't think it's anything weird, but as a dad, I am falling in love with this girl. She's the best. She's awesome. No matter how crazy life gets, she's just always so chipper. And out of all of this madness happening, we could just have this moment where she's just seeing a giraffe, which was CGI, by the way. I noticed, but apparently a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, it was a good CGI.
It looked
good CGI. Marvel, take notes.
Yeah.
Take notes, Marvel.
You know how you get that, Marvel? Treat your fucking artists correctly.
Taking breaks.
Them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And don't give them weird time fucking crunches.
Yeah, bro. Because that giraffe did look impressive. So like they definitely fed off and learned from each other. And it's gonna be a age-old argument. Like, did Joel do the right thing?
Now, here's my thing. At heart, I'm a little bit of an anarchist. I think he did the right thing. Only because, one, there's no guarantee that it'll work.
True.
Right?
Yes, I was going to say that. And we get into some of that stuff in Last of Us Part 2. We get into some of that.
All right. So, one, there's no guarantee that it'll work. But two, the world has already gone to shit. So the people you're curing now are, let's say generously, 65% people who are just trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them, people who are trying to fucking Dr. Doom this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you really saving when you make people immune? And now that dude who was in episode 8, who was in charge of the commune, has nothing to fear.
Yeah. Great point. let in the building. He did the right thing. It's like, I remember, like I said earlier, and great points that you just made. Like I said earlier, I always just took myself out of the argument because the argument was we should have had the choice. And it's like, no, that's what the story gave us. That's what the story is going to give us every time. You respect the story. Now watching it, and like, it's out of everyone's control. We're watching it. So I did feel a little different, but it was that unsettling feeling, like Joel lying to her at the end of this felt way more like intense than when he did it in the game.
Yeah.
And Troy Baker, who voices Joel, who had a role in that episode, the one that gets hacked in the neck.
Yeah.
He is top tier video game voice actor, cartoons. Troy Baker is a legend. If there is a voice actor Hall of Fame, he's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the ballots he is in. So shout out to him. But like, there's only so much you could do in a game. Fucking Pedro Pascal had me scared. He had me nervous. Yo, when he's going around shooting everybody and the noise is drowned out and you hear the music muffled, you are seeing Joel, but you can tell that through his eyes, he's only seeing red. My man is seeing murder. Joel's not thinking here. He has one mission and one mission only: to get Ellie and destroy everybody in his way. Thankfully, he didn't kill those other two guards. The other two nurses, sorry.
That's the difference between video game and live action. See, I think that's what people who make video game adaptations miss.
Yes.
So in the video game, we get to be in the action. We get to control. But the characters' faces don't emote. You can't really do the emotion. Video game adaptations, live actions, when they hit, it's because now you see the emotion behind everything. And most video game adaptations, like Uncharted, they're not worried about the emotion behind the story. You know, they're just they're more worried about getting the action set pieces. But the action set pieces for us are not going to work because we're the ones who were supposed to be controlling this. Now you took the controller out of our hand, and we're watching this dude who's not even the actor. It's a stuntman doing some shit. So you got to give us. That's why I kind of like this. You know, I made the comment while we were watching. I think episode 6. No, episode 7 with her and Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I made the comment. I was like, "Yo, why are we watching this shit in a show about zombies that's supposed to be killing everybody?" But that was the wrong. That was wrong of me because I realized that what this TV show did correctly and why I think it's so good of an adaptation is you play The Last of Us for the story. So they gave us the story now.
Yeah.
They took out all the stuff that we couldn't, the shit that we normally would be controlling. They put a little bit of action and there was some excitement shit.
And they put some zombies in there.
Yeah.
Barely.
But they gave us what
Just
made that game so good.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm going to say it till the cows come home, bro. I am okay with no action. And when I first saw this, I was thinking to myself, I was already prepared to not see a lot of zombies. Because at the end of the day, don't worry about those guys. You see how and I love how they explained it at the early parts of the show where Ellie first goes outside and she's like, yo, like, it's just super empty out here. He's like, yeah, it's not as bad as people say it is. That shit was mad funny. It's like, yeah, there's some places that are like decent and you can just like live in there. And it's like, yeah, look, it's kind of like, I always think about this scene. Season 3, Walking Dead, the whole mayor arc, right? At the end, when the mayor, during that, the mayor's like all messed up, he's bloody, and he's just walking through town. It's like 60 zombies. and he's just walking through them, and they all like make movement at him, and he's just like no one was worried about the zombie. I mean, yeah, there was hordes of zombies in that show, but the real problem was the humans. That's who you really gotta. You don't know whether they're good or bad. Zombies, bad. Every time, bad. You can't trust a runner. You can't trust somebody who just turned. It's always bad. But humans, you never know that element. And shout out to Ashley Johnson, which is the mother of Ellie, who was the voice actor of Ellie in the game. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy hearing her grunt. Because I thought of when she's like, that's Ellie from the game. So it was weird. But like, man, can you imagine saving yourself from a zombie attack and shitting out a baby at the same time?
Dude,
dog.
So Ashley Johnson is actually one of the people who I watch play D&D on Critical Role.
Yeah.
She's one of the character actors, right? They make comments all the time. Every time her character gets hurt and she makes one of those noises,
you sound like
they make comments all the time of how heart-wrenching it is when she gets hurt versus when everybody else is acting.
Yeah.
Because that's how fucking good she is. Also, shout out to Laura Bailey. I saw you she was one of the nurses. And that's Abby, I believe, from the second one. That's who voices her. And I recognize those eyes anywhere.
Marlene also played her character too. Marlene voiced. It was a whole family affair. Last of Us, good vibes. Like, and not only that, like seeing Pedro and Bella just outside of the show and how much love they got for each other too. That is the duo that we did not expect to hit so well, but they hit and I enjoyed the ride. There was like, nothing's perfect. Obviously, there's some stuff that was upsetting. There's some things that they missed. There's a couple changes that people didn't enjoy, and whatever. We can talk about that till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, fantastic adaptation. They have renewed for season 2. And one of the rumors is that season 2 may not fit, or a part 2 of the Last of Us video game may not fit in just one season. So they might have to do season 2, season 3. I don't know if that's real.
I'll tell you something right now. I'm going to get back to season 1 in a second. But for the love of God. I know what happens in part 2. Because, like I said, Laura Bailey voices one of the characters. And I'm not going to give any spoilers here for that. And Laura Bailey's on that, the Critical Role show that I watched and all that shit. Another amazing voice actress. I know what the fuck happened to her with the death threats and with all this shit when that happened.
So stupid.
Guys, it's a fucking story. You're watching a story. When this comes out, leave the motherfucking actress alone. Leave the writers alone. You went through it. You had your shit to say when you were incorrect last time. Leave it.
It's so annoying.
Just let it watch. Let it fucking play out.
It's so annoying, bro. It's like I don't usually let the internet noise or hype sway me away from anything, but there was so much happening with The Last of Us Part 2 that I did just lose a little interest. That and Ghost of Tsushima came out a month after, and I was like, as Last of Us Part 2, incredible video game, but it was Ghost of Tsushima being a new IP. I was like, whoa. So, but like, yeah, some of the noise. And again, I know there's people out there that there's too much hype on a certain thing and they're out. I was the opposite. There wasn't hype. There was just so much hate towards it. Yeah. And it's like, bro, relax.
Yo,
what are we mad at here?
Dude, the same thing. So the only reason I followed it is because as I was watching the Critical Roles, like somebody in the chat made a comment about it, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Because I'm not on social media. And then I went and saw all that horrific shit. Yo, that's the second time for her too. Because she voices one of the ladies in Uncharted. That South African character. I don't know. Never played Uncharted, but
Chloe.
The black chick, yeah.
Oh, Nadine.
Yeah. She got hate for that too. because
I didn't
she's a
know
white
about this.
actress
I didn't-
and she voiced
oh.
a black character.
Okay.
But here's the story. When she went into audition, they just said, do a South African accent. There are white people all over South Africa. It was owned by the Dutch.
Yeah.
So she didn't know what the character was going to look like. She just did the lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then after she recorded the line, they showed her the character and it switched from what she thought it was going to be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, very controversial. Always. Neil Druckmann just likes to push buttons.
Well,
'Cause-
when they asked him at one of the conventions, like Seattle Comic Con or some convention, they brought it up and they're like, "Yo, but why'd you cast her?" And that's when she told the story. It's like, I thought I was going in just to read a character. I didn't know what it looked like.
Yeah.
Neil Druckmann was like, "Yo, I want the best people to voice my characters. I don't give a shit who's behind the voice." He literally turned around and was like, "Look at this dude," and I forget his name, and I'm sorry, but it was a black dude. He's like, "Look at him. You're gonna get mad at him? He voiced one of our white characters.
Yeah.
Who cares?" Like,
It's like, and I get that kind of like guerrilla style of editing, because if you tell her like, "Yo, you're gonna play, I want you to do a South African accent for this black lady," she might have done something different that might not have worked.
Well,
Just keeping it silent like that and just doing it raw, you kind of get. And Nadine is such an incredible character.
she
Beginning
said
to end.
flat out that if she would have known that the character was black, she wouldn't have done it. She would have been like, "I'm not doing this."
Yeah. And Neil, maybe we explained something. I see where it was messed up for him. Look, Naughty Dog has been at the top of their game for a long time. Naughty Dog, the people that did Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. Crash Bandicoot turned into The Last of Us. Obviously, there's different people and different directors all over.
Yeah.
And they went from Naughty Dog to the Jack and Daxter series. You guys remember Jack and Daxter?
Yeah.
They were very popular in the PS2 era.
They were kind of like Ratchet
Uncharted-
and Clank before.
The answer to Ratchet and Clank, for sure. Then it's Uncharted. And I remember Uncharted 1. Yo, what they were doing with animations was insane. And the first thing I noticed in Uncharted 1, when Nathan Drake is his name, when Nate would hide against the wall and to cover himself from fire, he'd do different motions every time. One time he'd be like this, one time he'd be like this, one time he'd have the gun up here. It wasn't the same animation. And I was like, what is happening here? Yo, insane. But yeah, since they've been in the limelight so much, obviously more hate, and their games are massive. When Naughty Dog makes a game, it's a statement. So there's like weird crunch shit going on and overworking, and there's a lot of stuff,
I'm gonna lose my mind if you tell me that somehow Mario became Elden Ring.
Nintendo never works out of their shit. Nintendo is just gonna be Nintendo for the rest of their lives. Yo, Nintendo is still charging $60 for games that came out in 2017. Nintendo is very to their values, their core values. They're just, this is what it is. This is what it's always going to be. Nintendo ain't changing.
Dude, I would have never switched off Nintendo if they would have kept up, not graphically, because, at the end of the day, graphics are graphics. How many times you go back to an old game with shitty graphics and the game's good? But if they would have kept up with the capability, because like the new wrestling game just came out, it doesn't go up for Nintendo Switch because the game cannot run correctly on the Switch.
And that's Nintendo. Nintendo can go out there and make a powerful console. They can. Anybody can go out there and make a powerful console. It's just Nintendo has a core target and an audience, and their thing is innovation. Let me put that in air quotes because motion gaming has been around for a long time.
The power of love.
You feel me? And again, Nintendo, but their thing is innovation. And don't get me wrong, what they did with the Wii was incredible. And what they did with the Switch and just, you can do the motion controls, but now it's portable. You can do it in the street. It's like, Ty says he wants to jerk off with a power glove. That sounds painful.
Word.
Put some butter on it.
That is
sounds like an
vegan.
experience.
So I had some weird teen years, man.
Hey, man.
Yo, you know what I love about? All right, let me.
You love about what? Masturbating with a power glove?
No, I was gonna say with the Wii motion controller, playing the 2K, the PGA 2K games, the golf game. Oh man, getting to actually golf.
Son, one of the homies, and we're gonna get to Shazam soon. I also gotta leave early today, so I do want to get into some Shazam. I gotta leave like at 11. It's very early morning tomorrow and a long ass day. So one of the homies, his mom would leave to the Dominican Republic every summer. So it was debauchery in his house every time. Every summer was glorious. One summer, we introduced the Wii to that house. And we would be playing the home run derby for 151 shots. Bacardi 151 and some other shit. This shit could start cars. You don't want to drink this. You need to dilute this. This will burn a hole in your chest. Bro, we was wilding in there. Bro, I swung. Was it me? I think it was me, yeah. No, I think it was Ed. Ed swung so hard that he popped a blood vessel on his shit. It was like right here. It was like you just see red. Krill's almost like, I have a picture in an old laptop of Krill's nail bleeding because of that fucking Wii, bro. Great times. The bowling is fun. The golf is fun. The golf is so fun. The tennis is fun. We did it up. But I've always wanted a powerful Nintendo console.
Yeah.
One that can, like the Nintendo 64 could bang. That, like, Nintendo is hard to work with. So the PlayStation 1 library was so vast as opposed to the Nintendo 64, but they were both 64-bit. Them shits, those consoles could both bang. Like Ocarina of Time is an excellent game. Mario 64 is an excellent game. One of the most underrated games on the 64 that nobody talks about. Win Back. I dare you to go and play that game. Win Back. Win Back is so good. But like,
shit. 007 Perfect Dark, any of the wrestling games.
But I always wanted like a Wii 2 where it just focused on power, like the GameCube. And granted, maybe the GameCube didn't sell as well as some of these consoles, but I want a powerful Nintendo system. I want, that's why, but whatever. Yeah. Nintendo knows what it's doing, clearly.
Word.
Yo, shit. I think they have a hit on their hands with that Super Mario movie.
Oh, that shit is going to be tough.
Despite what everybody says about Chris Pratt's voice.
Bro.
Which, by the way, Charlie Day sounds nothing like fucking Luigi, and ain't nobody say a goddamn thing about that.
I've been saying it from the beginning. It's because it's Chris Pratt. And it's like, go play Mario 64. Mario says 3 things.
It's me.
He says 3 things. You do not want a whole movie of him with a cheesy Italian accent. Yo. What I did want though is a little bit more Brooklyn. I would have taken more Brooklyn.
If you listen to the last trailer, it's in there. He talks a little bit more. You hear it
when he's bouncing on the mushrooms, right? I do hear it.
He actually talks to Donkey Kong for a little bit.
Okay,
and you hear it.
So it's like, bro, leave Chris Pratt alone.
Yo, not to mention, like he said, if you want to go back and just listen to the guy they have recording the video games, fuck that. If you want to go back to the 1980s, listen to Captain Lou Albano. That's my fucking Mario.
He passed away, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I remember posting it on Twitter way back. But like, that movie is going to make $75 billion. That movie is going to break stuff.
You know what movie I hope does good? I've heard good things so far. And I'm going to say this story because we can officially move away from you, Cabs, and the whole Amazon joke about you being rich, and we could put it on me. So, as we've stated here, I'm a big, massive D&D fan. Because I'm an Amazon Prime member, they gave me a choice to watch the movie a week early.
Hey!
So instead of the 31st, this Sunday, I get to fucking watch the D&D movie.
Can you bring anybody?
Me and Toe are going.
Oh, that's lit. Yo, by the way, I spoke to a member through my job, try to set them up on a cruise. This guy has like a D&D website. It's called Armored something. Hold on. I got it here. Armored something. Armored storyteller. Yeah, that's the thing. And his wife is working on a Marvel project. She is she's a like a extra or whatever. Nothing crazy. But I was like, yo, can you say something? She goes, Jonathan, you just told me you're a Marvel fan. Do you think I could say something? I said, touche, my bad. and she worked on the original Hocus Pocus 1. And she was in Hocus Pocus 2 as well. But like the cool thing is, I went to the dude's site. I didn't really get to look, but it was fun that came up. Yo, that's so dope, bro.
Yo,
that's so dope.
So now Amazon's giving me advanced screenings of shit. So we're off for you. The joke is dead. We can leave it alone now.
I took that. I removed the Amazon Prime, by the way. I wasn't ordering shit. I removed it, but I still use the app for free. And like, if I want to watch a movie, like the other day, I downloaded Life with Mikey. Y'all remember that with Michael J. Fox?
Yeah. Damn, that's a throwback.
The movie's perfect. The movie's so good. But yeah, Nintendo. Come on, man. Come on, Nintendo.
Word.
Let's do this. But yeah, right. Shazam.
Let's get into
real quick. So I had an issue where I couldn't see the chat, and I fixed it. I was in a chat with Restream, and I just want to fix it myself. For some reason, that's how it works here. I asked for help, and they go, I've never seen this problem before. Don't worry, I'll fix it. And then I tell them how to fix it, and then now they know for later.
By the way, Derpy Entertainment, I want remake or remaster similar to Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation and Nintendo with Ocarina of Time one day. I hear you, and I would love that. But what I want to have the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment is Chrono Trigger.
Sir, you know not what you do, sir.
Dog. Yo, if that, like, oh my God, Chrono Trigger speaks to me, bro. You talk about a protagonist. Chrono, my God. Some of the best art ever, by the way. That like Akira Toriyama anime. Bro, if you can find a complete inbox plastic covered game of Chrono Trigger, that's like, you can get like $8,000 for that, bro. God, Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece. Oh, okay, enough of it. Well, don't talk about video games, guys.
Word.
This is what happens.
Real quick, I wanted to get my thoughts.
We got to give you time to shine. I mean, I talk about D&D and Star Wars and other shit.
True.
Equal time.
Word.
True.
Real quick, I want to get my thoughts
on The Last of Us. Now that you're back.
So you mentioned you noticed that he switched right after the whole doctor thing, and I noticed the switch after she killed Homeboy in the burning building. When he saved her at the end, it was one of those like, fuck, I know she's going through some shit, so now he's trying to, act like a normal human being and lift up her spirits and trying to get her. He's like, yo, you changed. I can see it in your face. It's traumatized you, and I want to get you back to normal and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like he went through a similar change when he was killing everybody to save her, because remember, he tried to kill himself because of his daughter. He just basically accepted this girl as his daughter, and now they're gonna kill her. And he's like, yo, I couldn't save my daughter, from these fucking people, and I'm not gonna sit here and let you kill somebody.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So fuck this. It wasn't her choice to make. I feel like he felt it was his choice to make. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like that parent thing. See,
Yeah.
parents make the choice for the kids until they're
Yeah.
old enough.
But it was the choices like, do you let her die or do you save her? She didn't have the choice of does she sacrifice herself for the good of humanity or not.
Yeah,
Because that wasn't the choice. The choice was, do I let her die or do I save her? Because they took her choice away. He didn't take her choice away.
Everybody took her
Yeah.
choice away. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody.
Now imagine to sit there and be like, "Oh, what happened? I killed everybody in there because they were gonna kill you." She wouldn't be able to rationalize that.
No.
Because
You remember the scene where she tried to put her blood on homie to save him?
Yeah.
That's why. She's like, yo, bro, I've never done anything good in my life. If there's one good thing I can do, let this be it.
Yeah. She wouldn't have been able to rationalize that because it's you're gonna kill her for a maybe.
Exactly. It's a maybe. It's 100% a maybe.
Yeah, and that's not how we fly here. You know, and in his head, you're not gonna kill my daughter for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think what he's trying to do is rationalize to him and her, like, okay, I'm gonna open up to you about my daughter because now I see you as one, and I want you to know that I'm not looking at you like I'm looking at her. I'm looking at you like if you were my own.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, you would have liked her. You know, almost like, let me tell you how your sister was.
Yeah. Let
You know
me
what I'm
tell
saying?
you about your sister.
Yeah,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Fucking Joel. Pedro Pascal is on one. He's on one right now. That kid is on a bender.
He turned into like 3 or 4 different characters this season. You know what I'm saying?
And the last one is the scariest one.
Yeah.
It almost gives me the Batman who smiles vibes. Like this is the Joel I am the most scared of. The parental Joel.
You know what's funny? It's that age. It's that question. How far would you go to protect someone?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's funny that we're not even mentioning him killing an entire fucking elite group of Fireflies, because that's not how far you would go. That little snap and now I must fucking protect. That's the too far.
Mm-hmm. And Last of Us Part 2 is literally Ellie coming to terms with all of this. And obviously a whole bunch of other shit. But like from the beginning, and it's not spoilers, you could have seen this at the beginning. At the very first time that we saw Last of Us 2, it was a trailer. But then when we saw gameplay and Joel and Ellie are interacting, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. And again, shout out to Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson doing the best that they can to try to portray these emotions through a video game. But it's so awkward because Ellie knows Ellie's not stupid. Ellie's the smartest kid in this entire show, world, whatever. So she gets it. But she called them out like, are you for real? Is this what happened? And like, Last of Us 2, there's so much of that. I won't say anything else about Last of Us 2, but like, bring the tissues. But Pedro Pascal is just on a whole nother level right now. I saw, and I'll let you go right now. I saw somebody saying, "Oh, Pedro Pascal is getting $600,000 an episode, where Bella Ramsey's getting $70,000." It's like, let's hold the horses. I don't think there's any sexism going on here. It's just Pedro Pascal has been on one as of late, and Bella has been acting for a long time too. I'll tell you this much. When it comes to Bella, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Nah.
Bella just moved up to at least 500,000. Well, sorry, 250,000 wherever she's working. She definitely moved up a bit. So she will get to that place, but Pedro Pascal is, bruh.
Yeah.
That guy is
and what I love about him is that whole, you're watching it and you're like, yo, why are you giving these motherfuckers a chance? Like, when you see shit, it's like, why are you just fucking kill him, bro? When my man was like, point at the map and you better hope that he points at the same spot. He pointed Bah, why'd you kill him? He told you the truth. Oh no, I believed him. Bah.
Yeah, no. Son, when he pops his kneecap, I cannot.
Yeah.
You guys have both spoken about this scene already, and each time I went for my knee. Joel is nuts. And it's funny because one thing that we haven't spoken about is not only is he falling for Ellie as a dad and looking into her and like, but also this was a promise that he made to the only other person he trusted in the world, Tess.
Yeah.
So there's also that level of love there too. You feel me? And like, yo, when Tommy asks him, hey, how's Tess? He's like, Tess is fine. Yo, Joel, he's so cold, bro. Like how you don't break down and just tell him the truth. And later he tells him the truth when he finally lets everything out. But he's like, yeah, Tess is fine. Like, what? No, like, Joel, what are you doing? Like, bro, God. He's just a complex character. Yeah. When people do video game mashups, video game versus like character versus characters, Joel's always up there with your Solid Snakes from Metal Gear, with your Kratoses, with your CJs from Grand Theft Auto. Joel's always up there. Great character.
Yeah, and this shows you how people would be in a fucking doomsday environment. It's like, how are you just gonna be vulnerable and open up to everybody?
You can't.
Like you said earlier, this is what 20 years after the outbreak of the fucking zombies, so they're already living in areas where they cleared out most of the zombies. The zombies are running wild. They're not the ones you need to worry about right now.
No, they never have.
The humans are the ones you need to worry about. The fucking dude he was running his old cult, and I'll say it, he wanted to fucking rape Bella. You know what I'm saying? Like that was Ellie. That's what that was his fucking intentions. He wanted her as a wife.
He wanted her as a wife. Like, yeah. Like, you're strong enough to help me lead these people.
Yeah, and you're young enough to carry a baby to term.
Yeah, we're gonna make the ultra baby.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted from her. And it's like, okay, yeah, but in the beginning when she killed the deer, he was the nicest person in the world.
Yo, Ty, bro. Yo, Ty. Yo, Ty, stop. Ty keeps us on our toes here, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for always being around, bro.
He's the world's greatest.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Speaking of that,
Word.
Yo, how crazy was when the preacher guy is talking to everyone. He's like, when are we going to bury my dad? He's like, yo, the ground is too cold. It may be a couple months. You know why he said that, right?
Yeah, because he's drying them out to kill him, to eat.
They were eating him. I was like,
yo, you know what's funny? I didn't pick up on that.
I didn't remember it from the game. So I was like, that doesn't make no sense. You can bury people while it's snowing. That doesn't make sense.
No, you know what's funny? It made perfect sense to me because I do know in the flatlands in the middle of the country, the ground does get too hard to dig and shit.
Oh well, yeah, but
that made sense to me. Real life,
you could make it happen, but like, yeah, they're just eating it. I was like, bruh, it's like, dude, like, yo, what kind of meat is this? He's like, venison. Sure, bruh. I don't like you don't got adobo laying around.
Yeah.
Like that did not taste good.
Dude, when he punched that little girl in the face.
What the there was so like, bruh, that was one of the like that whole scene, that whole arc was crazy scary. Because these people look like it's like they like, bro, anybody could just smack this little goofy guy. Bro, like when they were about to shoot Ellie and he shoots one in the air, like, yo, leave her alone. They could have taken him out right there. But like this guy was so, I don't know, like cult leader vibes, man. They were just like nervous. Everyone was so scared of him.
That's what happens when you have an enigmatic leader.
Yeah.
I mean, not to get political and all that, but you obviously see what the fuck Trump's doing and not doing, and yet he's got diehards behind him.
when you hold the Bible right here, a lot of people listen to you. Like, you gotta have the Bible over your heart. And like, yo, bro, that he's so scary and weird. And it's like, I don't think he got weirder throughout the episode, especially when we found out what he wanted to do to Ellie. But I think he was just weird from the beginning. I was like, man, they did him so well. What? God. Yeah, that episode was, I was like, because I remember I came in last week talking about it. Was very excited. Yeah. And I think you're like, oh, we haven't watched it yet. I'm kind of weighing on the show. I don't know. It's like it has its ups and downs. I was like, just watch this last episode, please, and just tell me what you think. Oh, yeah. And one of the best moments when, so Joel in the game saves her. He gets there right on time. I mean, she doesn't save her. She's doing her thing, and he comes and grabs her as she is like axing him down. So she's already done. Like, she is like just murdering this guy, and then Joel grabs her. And this one, they walk outside. Yeah, and like when Joel grabs her in the game, I remember saying this to myself: he better say it. See, at the end of the episode, he said, "Oh, baby girl." He calls her baby girl, which is what he called Sarah, right? His daughter. So in the game, here we go. Ty, you just having too much fun. Ritual orgies every Sunday. Yo, believe it, that shit might happen. Who knows? But when
you're gonna need a permit,
when he grabs her in the game, she says something along the lines of they wanted to, or like he wanted to, and Joel's like, I know, don't say it. It's like, oh, baby girl. And like, I'm so glad he called her baby girl, is what I'm trying to get at. Because that was such a good moment in the game. I'm so glad he called her baby girl.
Now, I had a weird experience with that because not playing the game, I didn't know any of that. Mm-hmm, so when he said it, that's what triggered me going, huh?
You're losing it.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he said it in my head,
that's what he used to call his daughter, though.
When he said it in my head, I was like, okay, he's starting to accept it. This was one of those, like, he wouldn't be able to live with himself if something happened to him.
Yeah.
So he's admitting to himself that she already got him. Like, she's like, this is already a daughter family. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, she brought him back to life. And in the game, that scene is much worse. In the hospital brawl. So yeah, they kind of in that same hospital brawl, he falls off a second story into some rhubarb, whatever that shit is called. And it's just like completely through his stomach. So I'm glad they changed that part, because in the like, that'll kill you. that'll kill you. Or hurt you really bad. So like, she brought him back, and then on top of that, not only did she bring him back, but she got herself out of that whole mess. It's like, it's the respect that he gave her. Like, bro, you're like, what do you need me for? I think you would have been just fine.
Are you Allie in that part of the game?
Yes, you wake up, you're Ellie in that whole part. And it's like, it was a little weird because you're all of a sudden Ellie, and then you're just fucking taking dudes down like in stealth, killing them, and then you get captured, and then the whole scene happens, you know, where they put her down, they're about to kill her. She's like, I'm infected, you're infected now. Like, yo, to the letter. But like, yeah, when you first start that, bro, she's murdering people. You start that level in the snow, and she's just destroying people. Murdering this crazy. Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
That's his thing. That's his thing.
He don't know names for shit.
He does.
And
this isn't a joke, bro. He literally is like that. Yeah.
And also, fuck you, Taquan. How about that one?
My favorite of all time, though, will forever be America Vespucci.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I remember saying, I was like, can you just call her name, man?
It's like, that is her name. It is now. No, but yeah, I felt every time in this series when you play as Ellie, it felt that way on the screen. Mm-hmm. Every time she took charge and she started doing something, like, are you playing her right now?
Good call.
You're playing her as her right now.
That was the first time you get to play as her, though.
Okay.
And there was, bro, like, shout out to them for doing such a good job of condensing so much of this game into these episodes, because a lot of other shit happened, a lot of shit that they had to cut. The Sam and Henry stuff, the bloater fight was like underground. It was insanity. And The one thing I'm mad that we didn't get when they went to find Bill, and fortunately Bill was already dead. This is a change that they made. But when they went to find Bill in the game, Bill was alive and well, and like there's a part that they're running through the town to like get parts to make him a car, and Joel ends up stepping on a trap that Bill laid out, and it grabs him, and like it's like a weighted kind of situation where it's a rope that grabs your leg, and a refrigerator on the other side comes down, and now you go up, and he's like hanging upside down. So in the game, you're upside down trying to shoot these zombies while Ellie is trying to like cut the rope. It's so fun. And yes, they had to cut it out, but shout out to them for being able to do that. But like that is the first time you control Ellie. And then part 2, it's just mostly Ellie. Yeah. So I don't know. And in Last of Us Part 2, she's like super grown already. Yeah, she's like 20, 21, I think, something like that. A lot of time goes by. So I don't know if they're going to get a new actor. I don't know if they're just going to
put Ashley Johnson back in.
I'm down for that. I'm down. Like she grew up and started looking more like her mother. Like, yeah, I'm so down for that. It was so weird hearing her scream though. Like she was screaming in Ellie voice. Oh, damn, man. I don't have much time. I really wanted to talk about Shazam, but because I need to know stuff about the movie. But what did you guys think of how they explained Ellie being immune?
I think that was a fucking awesome way to do it.
You saw how she lied, right? She was like, I got bit before, after she was born. We don't know that. I guess in a way, we don't know.
It pumped through the umbilical cord.
Obviously not. I think she cut it in time, so that's why she didn't turn or whatever. But like, yo, what an image that Marlene walks into. Yo, like I remember seeing the image that Marlene walks into. It's just this, Ellie's mom singing to her, blood and a fucking a zombie there, and she's just singing to her ever so gently. I remember looking fucking goo everywhere. And yo, this was the most disgusting but realistic detail I've ever seen in my life. When she checks down there to see that her water has broken, she tries to open the door and she can't because it's slippery. I was like,
I caught that.
I was like, guys, that's too much detail. You didn't need to do that. And then she literally grabs her dress so she could open the door. Bruh. Bro.
I honestly, again, not playing the game, I honestly thought that when Marlene was going to walk into the room, that it was going to be a zombie holding the baby.
I honestly thought that too. Like the first couple of minutes of her turning, where there's still some humanity left, but that's the thing with this shit. Once those quadriceps hit, you're done. And maybe the zombie would have felt the quadriceps in Ellie already, because there was some in there, which is what. So technically, it's funny because they mentioned that the quadriceps can keep. It makes other infected think that she has quadriceps too, but like they attacked her plenty of times, So I don't know what they wanted to explain.
What they were saying was that the brain develops its own shit, and it developed a resistance to the quadriceps that are in there. So it naturally made a repellent for it. It basically produced white blood cells that fights that infection.
Okay, cool.
Well,
because that's not what I heard.
Because I was a little confused.
No, but that's what they said in the thing.
Oh,
they were saying that when the brain develops its own signals and all other shit, and when it attached to Ellie, and she was born with it, the brain developed its own way to fucking resist that transformation because it thinks that's a defect from the birth. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
That's why they wanted to take it out.
It looks like I thought that they said that like what she has going on makes other quadricep think that she just has quadriceps.
No, so what I got was, it's funny how we all got slightly different things. What I got was the zombies are different from the fungal infection.
Okay.
All right. So what I got was the fungus already if the fungus gets in her, it already goes, oh, it's already here.
Oh, you
I
already
don't
here.
need to
I
do
could.
anything.
Oh,
This host is already.
Yes, that
That's what
makes
I
sense.
thought they
Okay.
said.
Okay.
Is that the fungus was like, oh, this body already has a host.
Which is kind of what Toe was saying too. It's just
Yeah,
I think
he went way more medical.
yes, because
than
he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's
Dr. Toe Tags. He's a doctor. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I know in the game they don't explain any of it.
They don't explain none of that. Which
okay.
was
All right. So it hints at the reason Ellie is immune to the quadriceps virus is because her mother was infected while she was pregnant. In the final months of pregnancy, the umbilical cord transfers the mother's antibodies to the fungus, meaning they're born with some levels of immunity.
but that shit happened right then and there. Like,
Yeah,
she
Yeah.
got
bit.
she got
then.
bit
I'm,
right
I'm
there.
trying to find the
So-
actual
so I
fucking
guess-
like what they said.
because the umbilical cord is still there. So that after she got bit, that shit was all like we don't know how fast she pushed that baby out while she was fighting for her life. It could have been the immediate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, or that's what they want us to believe. So
You know,
something
like
got in
any-
there. Something clearly got into Ellie.
But like any good vaccine, you get a part of
Of the
the
virus,
thing, but not the complete.
for real. Yeah. Those. So, oh
Alright.
my god.
So while you're looking that up, let's do a little Shazam.
let's
talk.
do a little Shazam.
So
What?
here's a little bit of history.
Okay.
on the
Okay.
character.
Hey, hold on. Wait, real quick. This is the quote from the movie.
Okay.
Our doctor, he thinks that the quadriceps in Ellie has grown with her since birth. Marlene explains it produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal quadriceps think that she's quadriceps. It's why she's immune. He's going to remove it from her, multiply the cells in the lab, produce those chemical messengers, and then we can give it to everyone. He thinks it can be a cure. So basically, it's because she was born with it. It's tricking the virus into thinking that she's already one of those. So it's
Which
not
is-
infected.
That's
Which
what I
is
got.
the-
Yeah.
So it
So-
doesn't latch on.
Yeah, it's like a resistor. Yeah.
So and like you said, like white blood cells. So essentially, they want to remove that and mass produce it to give it to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked.
I
I
don't,
don't think so
either.
either.
All of that hocus pocus, that shit won't work.
Because, dude, even
Because if
in
that's
real
the
life,
fucking case, they could just take part of the virus, and
Yeah.
because in a virus you can actually weaponize it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think they said that they took, was it the AIDS virus, and they weaponized it to cure some cancers.
yeah,
but
Or
now
some
you
shit
have
like
it. But now you have AIDS.
No.
No.
They took the
Nope.
the HIV infection out of it, but
okay.
what AIDS does to your body, they weaponize that to attack cancer cells.
yeah. They essentially trained the cell to go after a different target.
Which is that's shout out to Ellie just for just being this amazing. Girl was born in the heat of battle, bro. What the
Word.
fuck? Jeez.
Right.
All right, so Shazam.
So,
Billy
1939, Action Comics came out with Superman. It was the biggest comic in the world.
Then
Right.
we get Wiz Comics.
Wiz and Fawcett Comics, they're interchangeable, like
Yes,
Timely and Marvel. They're interchangeable. They turn around and is like, we want to do our own superhero. So they come up with a group of like 6 characters, and none of them were really selling. So they did a change over in management, and the management was like, all right, we like these 6 guys, but they're not selling. How about we do one? So they gave all 6 powers to one character, and they called him Captain Thunder. Then,
You went deep.
yeah, I mean, well, this is my second favorite character
You went deep.
Yeah.
for DC. So then Captain Thunder wasn't selling, it wasn't catchy enough. So they brought in a third guy to do the comic, and he changed it to Captain Marvel.
That's where I start from.
Yeah,
That's
and Captain
my
Marvel-
starting point.
Captain Marvel started selling. Then there was Mary Marvel, then Captain Marvel Jr., which
Yep.
was, you know,
Fred.
Billy's friend
Fred.
or his adopted brother. Then they go bankrupt. And in the time they go bankrupt,
Here's the kicker.
Marvel turns around and goes, hey, we get the name now. So they used a bullshit character called Captain Marvel. DC was like, yo, we're going to buy up the rights to all these characters, they bought up the rights to Captain Marvel. They go to use the name. Marvel's like, our name's Marvel. We got Captain Marvel. You can't use it.
Yeah.
So they literally turn around and DC's like, dude, you're not even doing anything with the name. Enter Monica Rambeau. Captain Marvel. Here we go. DC's like, this is bullshit. They're trying to get an injunction. None of it's working. Monica Rambeau goes to the wayside for a little bit. Oh, we can use the name again. Nope. Enter Jan Rog, Captain Marvel. That shit goes away. DC's trying to use the name again. Enter Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. They just keep switching it so that DC can never use it. And then finally, DC said, fuck it. We'll just call him Shazam.
A lot of people kept calling it Shazam anyways.
Yeah.
So they were like, fuck it, let's just call it Shazam.
So to go a little deeper now.
Show that shirt. Show it. Show that sweater.
I don't have no thing. The heat finally came on in the room. So.
Show that damn sweater. I love what Shazam stands for, but I'll let you go into that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So now Mark Millar, out of the new 52 shit, they're trying to revamp Captain Marvel again, or Shazam, because he actually became the god of the Eternal Rock, and became he overtook the Wizard, and became the head honcho.
You like his new 52 origin?
No, but we'll talk about that.
Okay, cool.
So now Mark Millar has him in his stable writing for DC, and now they're going back to calling him the Captain, because they're trying to switch back and harken back to those Captain Marvel days. Because if anybody knows, Shazam is not his name. Shazam is actually the Wizard, and it's the phrase that is used to imbue him with those abilities.
It's the first letter of each of the gods that they use to give him his powers and names.
Solomon, Hercules, Atlas.
So he's got the wisdom of
Zeus,
Solomon,
the
strength of Hercules, the speed of Hermes,
the agility of Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lightning of Zeus.
Yep.
And I forget what there's a lot of shit to look up.
Yeah.
Because this.
So he has Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the
he
speed
has,
is from Mercury.
The resolve of Achilles or something. You have him there. You can read it
all right. So he has the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
Yeah. Now,
real quick, one of the little snippets that you left out in the 40s or something. Yeah. Well, they actually sued the company that made Captain Marvel because it was too close to Superman. And the judge said the character within himself is not a copy of Superman, but the powers that he has is a copy of Superman. So they had to stop writing Shazam because of that. And then in the 50s, that whole thing happened where they released Captain Marvel. And
the real problem is that Shazam was outselling Superman. That's the problem.
Shazam was the number 1 hero in the world when he was at his height.
It's a good story.
Because what happened was they did this thing where they took a kid, a wholesome kid, and they were like, well, what would happen if you gave a kid all these powers? And as they were writing them, we're like, well, we can't have the kid do all this. So the kid transforms into Shazam or into Captain Marvel. So technically, in the original adaptation, or when they wrote it, Billy Batson is not in control when he's Captain Marvel. Because when he's Captain Marvel, he gets all those abilities. And the wisdom of Solomon, the shit that's always overlooked, makes him a lot smarter, a lot more mature. He's not as boyish as you see now, or in some of the cartoons, or in the movie that they have now.
And he was just a lot nicer too. Like his new 52 like remake origin or whatever, he's kind of douchey.
Yeah, they did the thing where we want everything to be dark and gritty. So you made him a piece of shit orphan kid
Yeah.
who, because this is the thing that threw me about the New 52. When you look at why the Wizard picked Billy Batson, you're like, I get it. It's kind of like the Captain America Steve Rogers moment. You're like, I get why this kid.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
With the New 52, it's more. It's not a thing of when you look at it, you go, "Oh, I see why they gave it to Billy Batson." You're just like, "Oh, they had to because it's always been Billy."
In New 52, he makes a good case for it though, because the Wizard's like, "Yo, you're kind of a douchebag, bro. Get out of here." He's like, "Bruh, have you been around this world? It's shitty. No one's good." And he's like, I mean, that's like the barest, that's like the bear that I know. But like he basically was like, yo, no one's good in this world, bro. Everyone got dirt. And the Wizard was like, he seems at least sincere about it.
Yeah. But now, see, this is where my problem lies. Black Adam is also that way.
Yeah.
And the Wizard can't do anything about taking his power. So now you look at Billy Batson, you're like, oh, he's kind of like Black Adam.
It's a New 52 did some weird stuff, man.
Dude,
I liked his original origin. It's just a good kid. You know, parents died. Well, parents were killed. And he just kind of ends up going with this wizard dude, and you know, powers are his just because he's a good person.
Yo, so in the
I'm paraphrasing, sorry.
70s or 80s, I mean, it's hard to tell when it originally came out. I saw it in the 80s. They had a Shazam cartoon.
Yeah.
In which they had an anthropomorphic fucking Tiger Butler. And
I've seen this.
Yeah. Not only did Captain Marvel Jr. had the power, Mary Marvel had the power, but they also gave it to essentially what his guardian or his father or his grandfather was. Which you could see if you watch the I think it's the Batman and Superman Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up with Mary Marvel. The grandfather shows up to fuck up Superman and Batman. Which is cool because it's always he was this big, huge, like old school wrestler looking motherfucker. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture.
I'm looking for it, man. I remember this shit. I remember it, man. Yo, and they made a horrible live action show. But I mean, most superhero live action shows back then were not great. We thought the Hulk was great for different reasons. I just like to see him transform most of the time as the Hulk. But yeah, you know, while he looks that up, I didn't like that they did that to Billy. Just made him a bit more douchey. Oh my god, it's that one. Look at the second one that says HD. Top left. God, that show was terrible. Look at how 80s it looks.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
That's the character.
That's the character.
And that's the man they got to play.
Look. No, the next one to the left.
This one?
This. All 80s cartoons did this. All 80s shows did this. Like blue background. Look at the hair.
Word.
That's what one would call the Farrah Fawcett do, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Look at that shit. Man. The 80s and the 90s were such a wild time, man.
Word. They did not.
They didn't care, bro. They just did whatever. Like you could just put. I mean, but to be fair, you guys remember public access, right? Bro, people could just buy spots on TV and just talk about whatever they want.
Yeah.
My homie, rest in peace to Ralphie, man. He this kid, yo, he did the coolest thing in the world. We were like in the 4th or 5th grade. Him and like 2 other dudes. They did like a video game show on public access, and they had the sickest intro. I remember being so hyped for him. Man, I'm mad I never did a public access show.
Shit, we kind of are.
Now. Yeah, public access just turned into podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah,
So.
you don't need to do that. Although something felt pure about the public access show. Although after 9:30, 10 o'clock, be careful what you saw in those public. I saw, I'm not even gonna say it on the podcast. It's not even safe for the podcast. I would like to tell you a story. I saw one of my junior high school teachers on a public access show, and she was talking about dildos. She had a whole different alias, and it was Sheena Boucher was her alias in the show, and it was confirmed her. I told the other guys about it. They saw it. I called my homie. Yo, you got to put public access right now. Is this lady? And while she was, I remember one time she was walking down the hall, and my boy was going. He was like playing the drums. He go, Sheena Boucher, Sheena Boucher, and she definitely turned back, and we never did it again. I was nervous. Public access was wild, y'all.
I'm getting close to the fun.
I could not find that damn freaking beast looking thing.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for, Cap?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
All right, he's tippy tapping in a way on the
Are you guys upset that we might not see Black Adam and Shazam actually like fight soon?
Nope.
Nah.
Okay.
To be honest with you,
you don't want to see The Rock.
No, it's not even that. I don't give a shit about any of these. Like, I'm gonna watch Shazam.
So this is the old school cartoon.
Oh, I remember that.
Uncle Marvel.
I remember that.
That's what they called him.
So it was him, Fred, and the lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., Captain Marvel, Uncle Marvel.
So Captain Marvel Jr. was Freddy.
Yeah.
Freddie Friedman. There you go. That's his name. Freddie Friedman.
Boom. Here we go. This is what that motherfucker looked like in that.
It looks like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. All of them kind of look the same.
Yeah, they all have that.
Those features, Bruce Wayne,
that animation, animated series animation.
But that's the thing. They all drawn so similar that they've actually stepped in for one another before.
Yeah.
Like Shazam has been Superman. Superman has been Shazam. Superman has been Batman. Batman's been like.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Why don't you guys want to see that? Not that I want to see it myself, but just to conversation starter.
Well, because right now, I'm waiting for the new DC movies. Like this movie, I want to watch it just because
you're done with this
Snyderverse. Yeah, I'm done with it.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha,
I'm done with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
If they did it in a tease for the new DC shit, I'll be excited for it.
I hear you.
Right now, I don't want The Rock to bombard another fucking.
I called that so heavy too, bro. Not even trying to toot my own horn. I literally said the only thing I don't want for this franchise is The Rock to take over. Literally what he did. And got us to where, bro, honestly, I would have been okay not seeing Henry Cavill. So it could just turn into what it turned into.
Yeah.
The tease was real, bro.
The Rock said, "You gonna get rid of me? You getting rid of Henry Cavill too?" And Henry Cavill was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Like, yo, wait! I haven't even signed anything yet. I just showed up as a favor to The Rock. What do you mean? Because I did this now? Superman's just gone. Yo, The Rock literally took Superman away from. Going with that narrative. If you see The Rock rock a red cape with the S on his chest, it was all a plot.
Yeah.
It was all a plot.
Yep.
Oh my God. That was so annoying.
Not for nothing. If I see fucking The Rock playing Superman, I'm not gonna watch him.
No, I would not like The Rock anymore because it was sabotage, brother. I know what you did. I know what you did.
Yeah.
I know what you did. That was like crazy intent behind that. I know what you did, bro. But yeah, no, you make a great point. I do not want to see that shit either. Yeah, I want to see. Let's see new DC. I'm ready for new DC. Yeah. Great point.
And new DC's coming out, what, 5 years, you said?
Yeah. Well, shit. It's probably 3 to 4 years out. The Superman movie, I think, is about 5 years out.
My ears just started ringing.
All right, so back to Shazam now. So in the first movie, he had his foster brothers and sisters
Mhm.
have powers also, which he bestowed upon them because they said Shazam.
He does that in his second iteration of the second story. He does that. He does that in the second story, like his New 52 origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives it all of them. He felt really bad about like everything too. Like, he was a real dick. I remember that specifically. He was a real dick to his like step family. So he kind of feels bad later on. And he's like, yeah, whatever, here, take this shit. Let's go rock out. But I didn't like I like him just being wholesome and nice. I don't know, just kind of, I think it fits the character a little better. But I mean, at the end of the day, do you want to keep doing the orphan trope? I mean, which they did it anyways, right?
Yeah. But you know what it is? Here's the thing. So many fucking characters are snarky, smart mouth, fucking already cynical. Like, you just turned him into the midway point between Jason Todd and fucking Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Like, you
bro,
didn't do anything special with him. Like,
let him be. That's why I like Captain America so much. Although, man, Captain America has some real, not creepy, but has some real crazy moments, like in the comics, and like the whole language thing. It doesn't exactly play out the same like that in the comics. Like, he's in such a true Boy Scout. Like, he does some grimy stuff that needs to be done, of course. Which I guess in the movies he does the same thing. But yeah, like I want a nicer character. I'm okay with that. Like,
and see, I think that's the thing for me. Like, that's why I liked Shazam to begin with, or Captain Marvel to begin with, and why I like Captain America. And like why I like Kyle Reiner as the Green Lantern.
We ain't hear him say it, Ty. We ain't hear him say it. But Lord knows what he was doing when he was going home after being in Avengers Campus.
Yeah, word. Fucking all those cheerleaders and shit.
Yeah.
We heard from Bruce.
Nah,
Yeah,
you know Sam was probably like,
yo,
you can say it one time, Cap.
Yeah, no, he gave him a pass. But no hard R. No hard R.
And I bet you Cap was like, oh, I could say it one time? You mother effing N-words?
Yeah. You motherfucker. Yo, have you guys seen the YouTube clip of like, what if Captain America woke up straight from the 40s racist? Yo, that video is like 10 years old on YouTube. Wow.
Yo,
wow.
You know, we'll get the fucking guy from The Boys.
Yeah.
You ever seen I want to call him Soldier Boy. I want to call him Captain Insano's fucking father.
Yeah,
Soldier
no,
Boy.
That's Bizarro Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. He'll definitely say the underword.
Like I was saying, the reason I
And the
gravitated
F word.
to those guys is because
The bundle of sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, he would say the F word too.
those guys they get the job done. They see what level they got to get to do certain jobs, but the minute the job's done, it doesn't drag them down. It doesn't drag them to this dark place. They're still who they were before that.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike, I mean, I love Daredevil. Daredevil's one of my favorites, but he's so bogged down by his fucking decisions and all the shit he does and doesn't do. It gets a little tiresome.
Yeah, I guess the back and forth. Yeah.
I like Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider's either I don't want this power, or I'm gonna kill everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna do. Yeah. Or everybody can get it. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, those are good. It's like horror movies. They're good every once in a while, but it can't be the only thing you consume. You have to break it up. You have to do something.
I think the last horror movie I watched was Get Out. And horror.
I saw a couple of good ones. I'm waiting to see Smile.
Well, no. I forget the name. The last horror movie I watched, and it was on YouTube, and I was just no, this is really a horror movie though. My bad. So the last one, and it was just on YouTube, and I did skip a couple minutes. The movie with this kid from Accepted that they turned him into a seal.
Oh, Tusk?
That movie's first of all, that movie's weird and not great, but it's the creepiest thing in the world, and bitches ain't shit sometimes. God, bitches ain't shit sometimes. The only reason this happened to him is because she was cheating on him. She would have picked up the phone, he would have been fine. So, have you guys ever watched that movie? You don't have.
I don't know what that movie is.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen enough to know pretty much the entirety of that movie.
That movie's weird. It's not good, but it is one of the creepiest things you will ever see in your life. And bitches ain't shit sometimes. Sometimes.
Yo, you know which movie I think you'd like? It's on Peacock. Megan. That was a pretty fun movie to watch.
Bro, if there's one thing I stay away from, is movies where the title is a girl's name.
Carrie.
Annabelle, Carrie. They're never good. They're always scary. Is the movie you're telling me about scary?
It's the horror movie. Well, it's PG-13.
Okay.
So you can watch the PG-13 one, or you can watch the unrated one.
Okay.
The unrated one, to me, is not unrated. That still would have been a PG-13 movie to me.
Okay, cool. The only movie that I like with most movies like that, like just the girl's name, usually very scary, except Matilda. And even Matilda has some horror moments. Like putting kids in the chokey is scary.
Yo, you know what you gotta watch if you haven't seen already? Lights Out.
What's that?
It's a horror movie. That shit, dude. I have an overactive imagination, right?
Nah, bro.
And where we used to live,
I live alone, man. I
live alone. The door light would come on automatically, so you could put the key in and you could see it. And this whole movie is about this thing doesn't attack you in light. It's only in the shadow. Dude, I watched the movie in the theater, and I shit you not, for 3 months after, every time that light went out before I could put the key in the door, I panicked for a second. I was like, fucking light. Yo, and it's a PG-13 movie.
I cannot do horror. On God, I'm a pussy with that stuff. Like, I live alone, and I don't know if it's that Miami is less noisy or more quiet than New York, but like my building was old, but I never heard creaks because it's just always so much going on outside. In Miami, my apartment be creaking, bro. Like, I love when my son is here just because someone else is in the house. Obviously, wow. I love spending time with my son.
You know you can outrun him? That's what it is?
But no, I'll put him in front of the danger like Batman does Robin. Nah. No,
earn your stripes.
Like, just having him here makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Like, I love spending time with my son, but like a part of it is that he's like there. So if I hear a noise, I'm just blaming him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my bureau, right? Let's think of a bureau. I rested an umbrella on it. Feel me? And I'm at the new job here. Yeah, bro, I ain't shit. No. It just makes me feel comfortable that someone else is in the house, really. But I'm at the new job, working from home here on my desk, and I hear something fall in there. Bro, excuse me, remember, I'm going to place you on a brief hold. I didn't even wait for the confirmation. I said, I'm going to put you on a brief hold. And then I went in there, and I was like, what the hell? And then I noticed that the thing was, bro, I'd be a pussy, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm going
to tell you this. I love watching horror movies. They're some of my favorite movies. But like I said, I have an overactive imagination. 2 weeks ago,
See, that's my problem.
We're sitting down doing something, and I walked from our living room to the bathroom to the kitchen to get. It was like, I don't know if you remember, Ben. Came back, was like, yo, I just scared the shit out of myself. The entire time walking, all I kept thinking of was like horror movie shit and like who's behind me, who's here,
Yeah,
who's whispering in my ear. Like,
that's why I
I
can't
can't
do that
turn it
shit.
off.
I can't. Yeah, that's why I can't do, because I can't turn it off either. And so I have horrible thoughts sometimes, and it's like sometimes I think of really like bad stuff too, like that I shouldn't be thinking of. So when I watch a horror movie, like I'm just like scared of getting axe murdered.
Yo,
You know
dude,
what I literally do? I literally sit in the theater, and when like when the tension gets ratcheted up, I mutter to myself, "This isn't real.
This not real."
Not
yeah.
real. Like,
no, I don't like loud noise. I don't like the whole jump scare
You
shit.
don't like
I
the
hate
jump
that.
scares.
Yeah, I hate the jump scares.
Yeah.
But when like earlier today, when you was in the bathroom, Cap, I was sitting there fixing my guy because the new WWE game just came out. I'm fixing my guy, and I hear the light switch outside the door in the hallway was flipped on. And I heard that, and I just looked at the door and I said, "Please come in here. Please come in here. I'm going to fucking rip you apart. Please."
So you think of like home invasion or something?
Yeah, because the people live upstairs. Because the thing is, my pops is always home. So my thing is, if something happens to him, I'm going upstairs first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Because I have a pussy ass dog, I have to overcompensate with becoming the guard.
Why your dog pussy?
yo,
Because he barks.
dude, if my phone rings, he cries.
Oh wow.
If my dad calls my name, he cries.
Yeah, yo, dude, like our first dog.
Somebody gotta balance out all the testosterone in that damn house. That's what
That's
it
why we
is.
got the cat. The cat's
Well,
female.
Yeah. Still though.
Yo, our first dog,
What the
he
dog
didn't
doing?
make no noise. He'll sniff under the door and be like, "Oh, somebody's there." And then if somebody stood there too long, he'll growl like underneath his voice and shit. But he was ready. If that door opened, he was ready. He didn't make noise. I love that. He didn't make noise. This one, and I'm like, "Yo, shut the fuck up." I went in my room to take a nap. 5 minutes, the minute I laid down, I'm like, "Yo, this nigga's barking for what, son? For what?" Like, if I'm here, you don't need to bark.
Krills had a dog, Scrappy, R.I.P. So Scrappy was a good dog, and they had him trained very well, but he was very protective. Like Scrappy slept in front of the door. Feel me? Like that dog knew what to do every time. So whenever I would come in the house, they would put the muzzle on him. And the first time I ever went to Krills' house, they put the muzzle and they just let him roam around. So he was at the door and Krills is walking me out. Krills is a very long hallway in his house.
Yeah.
He's very long hallway. So I'm walking out, and when I get to the door, and Scrappy, I guess he was sleeping. And as soon as I get to the door, he makes a move on me. If that muzzle wasn't on, like he bites me. So then Scrappy started like noticing me more, but like I would keep going. But like every time he went, Krills would go into the house first, put him behind the gate in the living room, and then I would come inside. We started getting more familiar with Scrappy. And it's like whenever I would go in, they had to hold him. Whenever he leave, they had to hold him. But in between all of that, Scrappy was just fine. So his thing was the door. You feel me?
Yeah.
So one time, he was getting familiar with me, and I was sitting in the couch. I was already in the house, so Scrappy fucked with me once I'm in there. So I remember we were sitting in his living room, and Scrappy comes around, and I have like my feet there, like whatever. And he's smelling me, and he does a quick little nibble, like, "Yo, I still got my eye on you, bro." But like, yeah, like dogs are nuts.
Yeah.
And Scrappy was a warrior. My man, his sole purpose was to guard that door with his life. It was so funny.
Yeah, Aries, his thing was women. He always like he guarded. For some, if I play with him rough, but like if there was a girl around and I was roughhousing with her, he would attack me before attacking her.
So you okay? You had a
Yeah.
protective dog.
Yeah, yeah.
What,
So he was
his name was Aries.
yeah.
Nice.
God of War. And then Apollo is the new one, and I don't know what the fuck he did. He just sits there and fucking cries.
Nice.
But what's up, Basket? How you doing, Basket?
What's up,
Been a
Basket?
while. She used to watch us play Fortnite back in the
Oh
day.
damn!
Yeah.
We got-
You should remember she had a baby. That's the profile picture. I don't know if you had a second one or not, but
Damn, that was like that's Knucklehead origins.
word.
Yeah, that was like what 5-6 years ago, maybe longer.
Yeah.
I was in my other apartment. Damn, that's when I played Fortnite with y'all for like 3 months.
Yep, and we was getting dubs.
We was getting dubs, bro. I remember, you dudes was gassing me up like, yo, Cabs, I don't know, man, but you here now? We winning. I was like, guys, stop it. But yo, I remember I had a good time playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know if we're gonna be streaming it, but Diablo 4 this weekend.
Oh, you have the early access.
Yep.
Bruh. Damn. Did you know if you remember the KFC sandwich, the double down? You guys remember the double down? The instead of bread, it was chicken.
Yeah.
With bacon and cheese in there. So it came back for a limited amount of time. If you order a double down, they gave you an early access key to the beta.
There's two different early access.
Yeah.
There's this weekend and next weekend.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the next weekend one that you get.
Yeah, because the next weekend one is the open for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's the one you get. No. So yeah, so you get this one. You get the closed beta with the KFC double down. Or am I wrong on that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yo, I don't know.
I paid money for this.
Well, yeah, you pre-ordered it. Yeah, but like, so I don't know. But like, yo, by the way, I watched the history of the double down. That sandwich is insane. And like what it
Oh
did,
no, you get this one.
Is the closed beta?
Yeah, you get the early beta access runs between March 17th to the 19th. For those who don't want to eat a KFC sandwich, open beta access runs March 24th to the 26th.
Yeah. So hold on though, but you get a lot more stuff than the early access for pre-ordering though, right? Cap?
Yeah, I get a mount. I get a whole bunch of other shit.
Exactly. For here, you're basically paying $7. It's like a demo disc, essentially, but still, you're gonna be playing with some hungry fellas. But yo, I was watching the story of the double down. It's 13 minutes on YouTube. I suggest you watch it. So the double down got really popular overseas, and they started making iterations of it. And I was watching this. I was watching one of my favorite streamers, Asmongold. Still is the white version of Toe. I promise you on that. He reminds me of you so much. I love watching Asmon, bro. He reminds me of you so much. So Asmon is watching this and he's reacting to it. And I think it was in Singapore. In Singapore, they made a double down with a hot dog in it. So it's 2 pieces of chicken and a hot dog. Chris will be on tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of different things nowadays. Basket, there's a lot of podcasts going on.
Yeah, Cruz will be on tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about sports.
Yeah, tomorrow's a sports podcast. There's a wrestling podcast. It's a comic book podcast. Doing a whole bunch of stuff. But so in Singapore, they have the double down with a hot dog in it, and someone in chat called it the glizzy down. I spit my water out, son. That shit was so funny, bro. But yeah, 13 minutes on YouTube. History of the double down. Great watch. I promise you, bro. It's a great watch. Anyways, Shazam. This happens every time we talk about DC shit. I'm just saying that.
No, yeah.
You know why? This is why. Because DC is straightforward.
Yeah.
Who's Shazam? We told you. He got his power from a wizard. He's an orphan kid. Gave it to his family. Here's what the powers are.
Yeah.
Boom. He fights Black Adam. There's not as much depth to some of these DC characters as there is with the Marvel characters. And that's because DC is more God level heroes. where Marvel's more grounded hero. So it's more reality based. It's easier to connect with. It's easier to talk about.
And I guess there's just more real world problems, which is why Batman. That's why we could do a whole episode about Batman. Easy, yeah.
And also, yeah, good.
No, you go, please.
Well, also we can't really relate to this movie because those women that are in there aren't in the comics.
Yeah, they are. They're original. Like they took an amalgamation of original, like I think Fawcett's comic villains, and put them in here and changed it up.
Oh, because I was gonna say they wasn't really. From what I saw, they're not really his bad guys. Or
They changed. They reached. See, that's the thing with Shazam.
Who you
gotta
gonna put?
reach for shit.
Who you gonna put? Captain Nazi,
Yeah.
which was a real villain of his. But then back in the day, that's what they made comic books for. People still don't realize this shit. Comic book and comic book heroes were made for soldiers, which is why you got Namor fighting Nazis, Captain America fighting Nazis. Shazam literally fought against Captain Nazi. Like that's what they made comic books back in the day. So a lot of them are like, you can't do that. And then obviously the Shazam can't do that anymore, or in a weird way. Who else was another villain of his? They're so obscure.
There was the dude who's they showed him a little bit at the end of Shazam 1.
The smart dude.
Fly.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm forgetting his name, but that, like, come on, it's a fucking fly. Like,
it's a fly. Yeah. You got to reach for him. Speaking of flies, Baxter Stockman. Did you guys see the new Ninja Turtles trailer?
I did.
I didn't. No.
Did you heard the whole hoopla behind it? People are mad because April's heavy set and black.
She wasn't heavy set.
Yeah,
she was like a normal size.
Yeah,
girl.
they made her a little heavy in this one, and they made her black, and people are furious.
Well, first off, she's been black in one of the iterations.
She's
of the
been
Turtles,
black before.
so that's fine.
Were the Turtles green?
Well, so apparently they were. So apparently there was an iteration that she was like darker, and then in the original one she was a little ambiguous. She had like some, her hair was a little different. He's gonna Krills will be on tomorrow, same 9 o'clock, right, for the sports podcast.
Yeah
But yeah, to be honest, like there was an iteration.
That's not heavy.
Yeah, no, they made her heavy. Yeah.
That's heavy?
No,
that's a normal fucking person.
That's what I'm saying. They made her a little heavy set. Put April O'Neil Mutant Mayhem. April O'Neil Mutant Mayhem. Yo, I love it though. That shit looks so hip hop. The trailer looks just so hip hop.
Yeah, dude.
And the turtles are actually teenagers.
It looked like claymation.
Yeah, it's like Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that right there. People are heated.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, people are heated.
For what?
I don't know. Now, what I will say, look at Master Splinter. That's who I'm mad at.
Of course, a skinny fucking white girl would be mad at that.
I saw her video, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not mad because she's black. I'm mad because she's fat and ugly." So look at Splinter. That's
ugly. Hold on, wait a minute.
My man's got a fucking Soul Glow perm.
So that's why I'm upset. This is the one character design that I want to see it play out. And the reason I am mad at this, now I'm not, because this could just be him fucking around, but Splinter is very traditional. Yeah. This looks like a Splinter that came to New York and just forgot who he was. So I want to see if this is a joke or not, but he definitely has a soul glow like Jerry Curl.
Bro, that Splinter, so the Turtles got hit with the mutagenic ooze. That Splinter looks like he got hit with the bong water from fucking Superfly.
For soul glow. He got hit with soul glow. But bro, it's basically what Into the Spider-Verse is. This is what they're doing with the Turtles. I'm so excited. Yo, Mikey has braces. It's so good. And I saw some idiot was like, yo, how the hell can you be a turtle and get braces? Like, yo, bro, his brother builds cars. You don't think you can put some braces on him? What?
Word, like teeth can't grow fucked up.
What? Like, bruh, the animation looks so good. And
Is it a TV show?
No, it's a
It's
movie.
a movie.
Okay.
Like,
This is
Into
the
the
one I told you.
Spider-Verse.
John Cena is voicing Bebop.
Bebop.
Okay.
You're out. Toes out. Toes
No,
out.
I don't mind seeing it in movies.
And other things besides
Yeah,
wrestling.
yeah. If he's gonna voice somebody, I don't mind. No, it's just the other shit.
The wrestler.
If he was Michelangelo, I mean not Michael, Donatello or Raphael, I'm out.
If he was any of the turtles, I'm out. Okay, Cena's Rocksteady. Okay.
Rogan is Bebop. Who?
Seth Rogen.
Oh, I was about to say
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
I always get them confused.
I always say Joe Rogan instead of Seth Rogen.
No, I'm talking about Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because you know what happened? I grew up with Bebop and Rocksteady, right? And then they came out with the movie.
Tokar and Razor.
And then it was Tokar and Razor.
Yeah.
And then I grew out of the cartoons, but I still had that movie. So then it just became Tokar and Razor, and now I don't know which one's which.
You hear the part that they're talking about ooze in the trailer. They're like ooze. They're like, because April's like, how did this happen to you guys? It's like she's like ooze, and they're like, no, it's ooze. Like you have to, it slides better. Ooze. Like, yo, I don't know. I'm very excited about this shit. I feel like this is like Spider-Verse before the Turtles.
Yo,
and people are talking mad shit. I'm sorry, let me real quick. So people are like, oh, Seth Rogen is a hack, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Seth Rogen produces The Boys. And his team helped out with the anime Invincible. Everybody loves that, but you make April a little heavier and black. Now Seth Rogen is a hack.
Dude,
fuck out of here.
I swear to God.
The only people that can touch white women are white.
I swear to God, I was arguing with you on it because I saw the trailer 3 times and it didn't ring on me that she was heavier set. It just looked like a fucking person.
Yeah, I didn't. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, okay, yeah, April. Who cares? Yo, and people are like, yeah, no, I'm not mad that she's black. I'm mad that she's fat.
Yo, you know something?
So they're not people either?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't just my April isn't on welfare. Look, bro, stop, Ty.
Yo,
he bro.
You know what
Ty?
I want to? Here's the funny thing, right? And I'm not trying to drag this woman in here based on weight and all that, because that's wrong. But Doudrop or Piper Nevins in the WWE, right? She's a bigger woman.
Yeah.
Right? Let's not lie about anything. I would like to see some of these skinny bitches go out there, have a 15-minute match, and let's see who's winded, who's hurt, who can't move, who can't do shit versus Piper Niven, who you think is unhealthy and all this other shit.
I would love to see April just fucking Zangief motherfucking Foot Clan.
She's
just like doing lariats and shit, clotheslining motherfuckers. I'd love to see that shit.
Word. You know what the crazy shit is? Here's the thing. When they say I don't mind that she's black, I mind that she's fat.
Yeah. Hear that line.
Here's my problem. A black woman, most of them, by the way, at least even the celebrity ones, are thick women.
Thicker, at least.
You know what I'm saying? They're not Megan Good. Like Megan Good and Halle Berry are the two fucking toothpick, women. Her and Gamora. But most of them have thickness to them. And you walk around, a lot of these women have thickness to them. They take pride in it. They're known for being thick.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Meg the Stallion.
Yeah. So now it's like, oh, we don't mind that she's black. She just has to have the shape of a white woman for us to be happy with a black April.
What? Like, what?
That's the old school argument. Before Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with I Like Big Butts, the whole thing was they were so out of proportion that it didn't look right.
Mm-hmm. Like a perfect ass in the 80s is like
wall.
Yeah,
the wall.
This is a perfect ass in the 80s.
Yeah, the perfect women went from the base of her foot, her leg, all the way up to the base of her neck.
And it's like, and the girl that you just posted out, that you just showed now, Toe, I saw her whole rant for like 15 minutes, and she was like, oh, I just want April to be pretty. Why the fuck are you worried about a cartoon character being pretty? They don't, like, I get it, Jessica Rabbits and all of that shit. Like, who cares?
Here's two
Jessica
things.
Rabbit was
One,
curvy,
yeah.
and this
cares?
depiction, the depiction of April O'Neil is not ugly.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal.
Here's the thing. One, like you just said, it's a normal looking girl, not ugly, not whatever. Two, she's a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit if the fucking kid look?
Look at that one. I'll blow BBW. Yeah.
Yo,
Yo,
show
that shit just gave me a fucking.
Show text me not too long ago saying
I'm gonna be on in 5.
no. Oh, I didn't feel my phone ring when I called him because he told me to call him, and then he goes, "Oh, well, I'm listening to y'all. I don't know shit about The Last of Us or Shazam," and I just replied back saying, "So." Neither does anybody else. Just fucking
I came here to learn about Shazam. Yeah, I know a few things, but I came here to learn about Shazam.
You know what I'm saying? I never understood. I don't want to be there because I don't know nothing. We're doing a podcast to inform people. The best person to ask questions is the person that don't know. So maybe everyone in the class has a question.
I get it.
You can ask a question that other people can ask.
You want to be in the podcast. You want to be able to contribute. I understand where he's coming from.
And you can contribute by asking questions.
But like, yeah. But like, I remember, like, there's some, like, obviously I don't know everything about everything. Even MCU, there's some things I don't know. But like, I come here to learn too, especially from like Cab. Le is super busy nowadays, and he's out there being a good daddy and out there working and shit. But like, he was just another great mind for like us. And not for nothing, I remember the time where it was just me and Yuto, and everybody wanted to ask us all the difficult questions. Like, hold on, man. Both our dads ain't here right now, bro. You got to ask them those questions. But we held it down, bro. We did good.
Word.
We did good.
Word.
I want that Omega Red movie now.
Hell
I want it now.
Hell yeah.
I so want that now.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, when our contracts come up, I'm negotiating for a show contract.
Yeah, for sure. Pulls up at 11:55. Doesn't come around most of the time. Just be like, yeah, I'm watching.
You're going to get show pay.
Yeah.
Hey, she'll get top pay. He's a motherfucking draw around here.
Bro.
Yeah. Zero, whether it's on the top or the bottom, it's still zero.
Shows the guy that shows up late to the science project and still gets the A.
Yeah. Dude, Show almost beat me in the fucking. He should have won yesterday. Had he just hit me with one fucking fact, he would have won in that fucking Smack Talk championship.
We have
match.
promo battles on Monday night. Battle? Yeah. So far, the next Monday there's gonna be another rematch between Show and Cap.
Match.
Yeah. You should definitely, like, tonight or when you can, show Toe, take a look at that trailer.
Oh yeah, I got it loaded up.
I'm actually very excited. Like, I just hope what Into the Spider-Verse is to Spider-Man. I hope Mutant Mayhem could do to the Turtles.
Yo, they got every character except for that fucking Samurai Rabbit dude.
Bro,
in this goddamn movie, and Casey Jones for some reason.
And bro, they're gonna release that later. Casey Jones might be a hidden character or some shit. But like, yo.
We gotta unlock him watching the movie.
Yeah. He's like, there's gonna be an Easter egg somewhere. But yo, star-studded cast. They got a monster squad. Some of the voices of the Turtles, you might not have heard of them, but it's a monster squad, bro. Yeah. Like, people showing out for Seth Rogen on this, and I'm very excited. Fellas, I do gotta slide. Again, very early morning tomorrow. I will be back next week. And I'm down to do more DC shit, bro. Because, Marvel needs a break. We need a break. Let's do some DC stuff.
Yeah, according to Mahershala Ali, Marvel needs a whole lot of some shit.
Bro, how about that? How about we do an episode on the drama going on? There's Captain Marvel stuff. There's fucking Mahershala Ali stuff. There's a lot going on. There's some shit that is like, yo, your wish for Karen Page, brother. Apparently it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna believe it until the end.
Dude, hey.
Until season finale, I'm not gonna believe it. But what we can confirm is that she will not be a heavy player in this, which is unfortunate. Her or Foggy.
But Foggy, I don't give a fuck about, to be honest.
I mean, what? Fun fact: Usagi the rabbit isn't a Turtles character. He's a crossover character from another comic. They used to do that. They used to do that so much back in the day.
Dude, like I said, I had the figures and then I lost track of it.
Bro, it's hard to like, bro, there's so much like, there's so many like cool villains in the Turtles that I just don't remember. Like I be forgetting Metalhead's name sometime. Which is the combat, the metal turtle, the combat one. And then I mix him up with Slash, which is the evil turtle. And I'm saying, like, and then there's
the female turtle that showed up like once or twice.
And in that ridiculous show, Ty, who is the red dude? Venus de Milo. Look at this. Like, that's crazy. Who's the red looking guy? Hold on, let me see. Turtles. Ninja Turtles. Villains. All right, I got it right. Who's the red guy? See a red guy. You see, I don't remember these people. A lot of these people I just don't remember, bro. The bull. Yeah, the bull. Who's the bull with the red nose, Ty? He has an earring. I always forget his name. The bull with the red nose. That guy gave me fucking nightmares as a kid. Ty, come on, man. I know you got it. Let me see. Ninja Turtles, villains, bull, character. Forget his name. It's like a weird name.
Ground Chunk?
Ground Chunk. There it is. Yeah. Look at this guy. Just a freaking product of the 80s, bro. Look at this shit. And who's that? The mole something? Who's his boy? Who's the mole looking guy right there?
Dirtbag.
Look at these great names. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. So good. All right, y'all. I'm going to ride out. See y'all next week.
All right.
Like I told Cap, maybe next week we talk about all the drama in the MCU. Either that or some more DC. I'm done for some more DC shit. All right, y'all boys.
All right, bro. Yo. There you go. There goes Cabs. Cap. We any more information you want to give on Shazam?
I mean, Shazam had a limited run in DC. So that's literally, I mean, that's all the information right there for the character. He's not well used because they already have Superman.
Yeah, and he's their carbon copy of Superman, pretty much, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, was he developed by Marvel?
No. Fawcett Comics are Wiley Comics. It is a mix of names, but Fawcett is the main name he was under. But now he lives in Fawcett City, which is cool. They brought that back to put a name to a city.
Okay.
But I think they just moved him to Philly for the new 52, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's in Philly in the movies.
Yeah, because that's part of his new 52 origin.
Shit, I'm trying to. So all right, because I always thought that Marvel made him, and then DC bought him, and then Marvel was trying to get the name back, and that's why
Nah,
they call him Captain Marvel.
so back in the day, what do you call it? Superman was literally the first superhero. Marvel was, or Timely Comics was doing pulp. They were doing pulp comics. They were doing horror comics. They were doing romance comics. Then Fawcett came out. They did Captain Marvel. A couple of other people. You had the Phantom come out at that time, and then Marvel got into. They saw how much comics were selling, and none of their other shit was selling, so they pivoted, and then they joined the phrase with all their fucking people. Then World War II hit, and Cap became big, and before time, Shazam was the number one selling hero because he had something that Superman didn't,
And
which
what was it?
he had more characters. He had the family aspect,
Okay.
and he can appeal to kids because he was a kid.
And then so they made him a kid originally,
Yeah, yeah. He was.
and
It always went to Billy Batson.
he just unlocked the Shazam guy, and he saved the day, and then he went back being a kid. Like you said, they've just recently made it that the kid was in control of the.
Yeah, so what happened was when they what do you call it? When he changed, he became more like an adult and more mature because of the wisdom of Solomon.
Okay.
So there weren't too many moments of him acting childish. Like, you know how in the movie he's walking around and like, oh, I can charge your cell phone and I can do all this shit and this is so cool. Blah, blah. There was none of that. When Shazam showed up, it was time to fuck somebody up. Like, he knew what was going on.
Yeah, he didn't bullshit nobody.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so these women, they're gods from another dimension trying to take his power.
Yeah, so I think these the three sisters who are tied heavily into mythology, and they don't like the fact that the wizard gave him the power. So they're trying to take it back.
See,
Which,
this is the crazy shit because when I went to watch Ant-Man, you know that Nuvi shit,
yeah.
they said that these weren't his original, like these weren't from the comic books. They weren't they weren't bad guys from the comic books. These were people from his mythology, from the same gods that he got the mythology from, and this is a whole new story.
Yeah, so so they're not his original villains. But they are villains because they are part, like I said, they're taken from Greek mythology and they were used in other forms, but they're not specifically tied to him. But because he is the fucking, what do you call it?
The
He is
champion.
the Greek champion, and all of his gods are based off the Greek pantheon. You can literally just take any one of the myths and put them in.
Is all of his villains just trying to take his power from him?
No, it's mainly just it's mainly just what's his name?
Black Adam?
Black Adam.
Because
Black
he's
Adam
the
is the one
champion.
who's literally trying to take the power from him. And it winds up being other shit are trying to do other things with him. It's a wide range of. It's hard to pinpoint because originally when it was made for kids, it wasn't too like they didn't go too hard on what they're trying to do with him. It wasn't like stories that are like, oh my god, this is fucking mind blowing shit happening here. So it's always hard to nail down exactly who's going after him. That's why him and Black Adam are such a like the inevitable or I I can't even say the word I'm trying to say. But
Inevitable.
not inevitable, but they're such a pair that it's always him and Black Adam. Like you can, no matter you can list 100 bad guys that he's fought, and it always just comes back around to him and Black Adam. Because those are the two that the Wizard chose. Well, we know he didn't choose Black Adam per se. Black Adam took it, but those are the two who got the Wizard's power.
Yeah, and Black Adam is trying to prove he's the only champion.
Yeah, Black Adam does not like the fact that the Wizard forsaked him, banished him, and gave the power to somebody else. So when you do that, Black Adam is like, yo. At first, it was a thing of let's see why he thinks you're worthy, and then it just became, oh, you're a kid, you're not fucking worthy of this at all. So now I'm gonna fucking take it from you. But that's why I said he literally, when he changes into Shazam, it's not supposed to be that childish.
Yeah.
Because there's some things he does that's like the first movie was okay. I'm not gonna lie. There were parts of it that I was like, oh, this is cool. But they don't ever lean into that fucking wisdom part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something. It's almost like they forget about that. Because even in the trailers for this new movie, he's still like, yo, take these powers away from me. Like, he doesn't know what to do. And there's like one of the other women look up this shit. Like, she knows what's going
Mary
on.
Marvel is always she's kind of like so wisdom and intelligence are two different things.
Yeah.
She's more the intelligence side. So
Okay.
she's always like that. He's the one who's supposed to, like Captain America, essentially. Like there is no version of what's going on here that we can't solve. So you don't have to, what do you call it? You don't have to lose hope. You don't have to despair. Because I got this. We can figure this out.
Never fear, because I am here.
Yeah, essentially, that's what it is. But it's fucking crazy when you see him turn around and go, I've seen all the Fast and the Furious movie and nothing beats family. You're like, well, one, that's just stupid. Two,
Yeah.
he would have planned better for that.
Yeah. And you know what I don't understand? Like, I know he's supposed to be a kid, but like you said, the wisdom thing, right? So
Yeah.
he would be a little bit more mature and that. Why wouldn't you have realistic jokes that the actual guy playing Shazam would have said? Why is everything got to be a cheap joke? Like I understand you referencing family, like the Fast and the Furious and with family shit, but no one goes Fast and the Furious family. They just say it, and everyone knows the reference.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. And I know they doing that as a reference to this woman being in it as one of the gods and shit. But one of the things about the first movie, I like the first one. I like how the kids did the Hadouken and he shot the shit. But one of the gripes I give the DC movies is that looked fake. Like even Black Adam, it looked like it was on a movie set. None of that location looked like it was on Earth.
Yo, his suit looked fucking.
His suit look, yeah, his suit look good. Not gonna lie, his suit look good.
Wait,
But
you talking about the first movie or the?
I'm talking about
sequel?
Black Adam.
Oh, no. Well, he wasn't. Black Adam was actually wearing a fucking.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I thought you was talking about Black Adam suit.
No,
but
I'm talking about the first Shazam and his fucking.
oh yeah, I didn't like
muscles.
you put pillows in this shit and just shaped them. Like that was another thing I had a problem with the muscle suit. It was like, man, you telling me you couldn't get like the dude who played Jack? Was it Reacher? You couldn't get him to be Shazam? You know, like he's big enough for it.
Yeah, and he actually kind of looks like it too, like the old school drawings with the squinted eyes.
Yeah, just fucking dye his hair black.
Yo, have you seen him? You definitely okay, this motherfucker's coming to do some shit. Like him versus
Yeah.
Black Adam. Now you have a match.
Yeah, seriously. And him, Henry Cavill, and The Rock. That would have been something. That'd have been something.
Because that's my main problem with the movie is Zachary Levi is a good actor. I like him.
You're doing good, Austin. How you doing, bro?
But he's not as imposing. Like when you see Captain Marvel show up, you're like, yes, this motherfucker's good. It's like again, I mean, he's the Superman. He's the the clone of Superman. When you see them show up, you're supposed to be like, oh, shit's gonna go down. When this dude shows up, I don't see it. I saw it more from what's the Asian kid. I think he's the one either in the black or the green. I think he's the one who said Hadouken. Like when whoever actor turned into that dude, I was like, yeah, that dude's gonna fuck somebody up.
Yeah, no, yeah. Him. I'm trying to look for a picture for it. Yeah, he was wearing a black suit. I thought he was wearing blue. Who was wearing blue?
That's Freddy. That's Captain Marvel Jr.
You talking about this dude?
Yeah. Like, yo, look at them all together. See if you could bring it up. If you could blow it up big. If we're not gonna get copywritten strike.
Nah, we shouldn't.
So the two dudes at the end.
This dude and this dude.
Yeah, the Ryu and fucking Namor here. Yeah, the black. These two guys look imposing.
Yeah.
Now, the dude in the black kind of looks like he's wearing a muscle suit here, but the dude in the green looks good.
Yeah.
Mary Marvel looks great. The other three, Megan Good, I know what she's
playing a little child.
Yeah, I get that. But this is what I'm saying.
Shazam, Austin.
This is what I'm saying. Like they're playing up too much. That she's the child. Like Freddy looks awkward as shit. But my thing is like, so she's the child. Freddy looks awkward. Mary's obviously older, so she doesn't even change. She's just her. But these two in the end here, they get it. Like they don't look like children. They're not acting like children. They're like, oh, we got these powers. There's the bad guy. We need to fight.
Yeah.
A little bit here with Shazam in the middle. You get that a little bit. But like you said, if it was the dude, Alan, I think it's Alan Richmond, something like that. I know his first name is Alan, the guy who plays Reacher.
Yeah.
You put that motherfucker here.
Yeah.
With this team.
And not for nothing, I don't know what these little gray lines are. Maybe they're pockets.
I think they just try to add flair to the suit.
I get it, but
everybody's got them.
Yeah, but yo, look at these chicken ass legs here. I can't believe he's that brolic with these little the quads at least. The quads have to at least be a little bigger. Like look at like you mentioned, if this I don't think it's a muscle suit on the bottom. Look at the legs here, how proportionate they are to the top part, and then this guy got some chicken ass legs. Even Making Good got some fucking thicker legs than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If we're gonna critique this shit, this is supposed to be Superman. What's going on here? Especially after we just got fucking Black Adam. Like, I don't expect him to be as big as the fucking Rock, but
No.
shit.
So, but now let's say this dude here, the fucking Namor guy,
Yeah.
him versus Black Adam. That shit looks like it'll be a fight.
Yeah.
This Shazam versus Black Adam, I don't know.
Nah, yeah. I don't know either. Oh, the show just tried to call me. Patch him into this shit. But yeah, man, that's one of the things that.
And what's funny is while you're looking for that, what's funny is Zachary Levi. He did a great job as Vandril.
Hey, you know who you reached. I'm not available at the moment.
He did a what?
So he did a great job as Vandril. He in Thor 2, he was one of the Warriors 3. He took over for the blonde dude.
Yeah.
Like that type of character he could play.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm excited, you know, that they're gonna have new DC shows and DC movies and shit like that. Because the one thing that DC has a problem with is their casting. Like you don't see, I don't see Shazam there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Chris Evans, when we had this argument, I didn't think he was gonna be a good Captain America, but when you look at him in the Marvel movies, that's Captain America.
Yeah.
You look at Robert Downey Jr., that's Tony Stark.
Even to the point, you look at Ben Affleck, like, yeah, that's the older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but then you don't see anybody else. That's like Henry Cavill was Superman, then they got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? But this was a joke. The first one, I felt like it was their Ant-Man, which just shouldn't be an Ant-Man movie with Shazam.
Yeah, you know what it should have been? This is where I think they missed the mark. And, you know, DC, these guys are going to do whatever they do. This should have been, so if Zack Snyder wanted to make Superman darker, grittier, less hopeful, then Shazam should have been your lighter, this is full of hope. He should have been your, what Superman was.
Yeah,
You should have been looking at him not as comedic relief, but as the fucking, okay, we got hope now. We can get through this situation. He's here.
that makes perfect sense, because if they're gonna be similar, then might as well do, you know, have things that are similar in the comics. Like if he's gonna be more this way, then have him more that way, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. But I'm going to see it. I just, you know, it's a movie to watch while I'm off. So it's, you know me, I like to go to movies. So, but I'm not expecting nothing crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the only true, well, there's a few reasons why I'm not watching it. One, like I said, I got the D&D movie Sunday. John Wick comes out next week. Depending on how good the D&D movie is, I might go see the D&D movie when it comes out to the rest of the public with some friends.
Nah, I hear you.
But two, I don't feel like this matters now that James Gunn is in charge.
This movie, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that all the DC movies have to connect and all that shit, but it's different. It's different if we don't know that this was coming, that the reboot was setting up and all this other shit was about to change. Because what if this one's good? And then James Gunn is like, well, we'll recast Shazam. And we'll do it again, but fit it into our shit. So now you got a good movie, and it doesn't like none of these. It doesn't pay off for anybody in the movie.
Yeah. And it doesn't. And what he said, the Flashpoint was gonna be the start of his universe. It was gonna be the catalyst to change everything.
I think so.
So unless they do something in this one that's gonna lead to Flash, so that way it has some relevancy in it. But then again, it's kind of like this shit doesn't even seem like it fits with the other DC movies.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it was a weirder tone that they took with it that didn't quite fit. Like, I can't see him joining the Justice League.
Yeah. And when he did that whole thing at the end of the movie where Superman went to eat with him, it was like, all right, obviously this is not Henry Cavill because you're not seeing his face, but that also kind of looks like he has a different Superman in his world. Like, is this a different Earth? Like, is he where Kara Jor-El is?
No, dude, because that's what happens when you fucking. That's what happens when you fuck with Superman. You don't have the what was I saying? When you make Superman dark and gritty, anytime you show up and there's a regular Superman, the Superman we all know, it's gonna look out of place now because that's not who it was 4 seconds ago.
Yeah. No, seriously. And then like Austin was saying at the end of Black Adam, he met up with Superman at the end, and it kind of looked they had to change the whole scope of that movie just to fit Henry Cavill in there. Because once you saw I was gonna call her Winona Ryder, fucking
Amanda
Waller, when she came, it looked like the whole tone of the movie changed.
Yeah.
It looked different, it felt different, and then Henry Cavill came in as like, okay, now this looks like the DC movies we've been watching. Superman, Justice League, Batman vs. Superman. Those three, I feel like, are the Snyderverse. That's the universe everything has to fit in. And nothing fits in there. Not even the Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
And that's another, when we're watching Marvel, we can sit there and go, well, where was Thor at? And it's like, well, Thor was in space doing his thing. We can't answer these questions. The only person we know for a fact ain't gonna show up unless it's world ending is Batman. Batman has Gotham. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm only going to Metropolis if Superman getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you need me in Metropolis, I'll go there to help out Superman. Other than that, I'm in Gotham. Wonder Woman, Superman, they're around the world. They got no jurisdiction. They're the Dora Milaje of superheroes. No jurisdiction. Aquaman, there was some water in fucking Egypt. He was dumping motherfuckers in the ocean left and right. You tell me Aquaman could be like, get your shit out of my goddamn sea. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Where the fuck was Green Lantern? Like, we seen one already, Martian Manhunter, John Jones. He was supposed to be in the Justice League. So where's he at? Like, they could, if I was The Rock, I'd have used him. I'd have used him. Why not? It would have been him trying to do the fucking. He would have been Vision this whole time. Not Vision. What? Who was it? Bruce Bronson.
Oh, Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate. He'd have been Dr. Fate. Like, he's filling in for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it, like that. I think that would have been fucking dope. And it would have led to something bigger. Like, he was trying to recruit Black Adam to saving the world because Darkseid is coming. You know what I'm saying? Something. Like, even if even if they was like, yo, this isn't gonna do anything, fuck it. Then I would have, if I was a Rock, and I know that this is the first and last time I'm making Black Adam and all of this shit, I'm gonna try to do as much shit as I can in this movie. Just to be on some, all right, I told the story I wanted to tell. We made everything possible. We mentioned names now. If Snyder wants to talk about them later on, he can. Fuck it.
Yo, but I don't think The Rock thought that hey, this is my one and only shot here.
He thought he was gonna be the Black Adam for life.
Yeah.
Which he might be, you never know, but we already seen that if he's gonna be Black Adam again, it's gonna be on some nigga, you gotta be this. But do you think they're gonna have a Shazam in the new James Gunn DCEU?
It's hard to tell. Because I don't know what the fuck his plans are. Like, he released his slate, and it's kind of fucking random. It's like 90% of it was motherfuckers I didn't even know. So it's like, how the fuck do you?
Yeah.
How do you really, use these guys? You know what I mean?
True, because it's a bunch of people that we didn't, like you said, we don't know, and they're supposed to be like his favorite characters, but
Yeah,
these
like
just
Monster
look like
Patrol. Like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, that looks
And
like you got to
Mascara.
be fucking.
Why are we going to Themyscira? We know Hippolyta. We know them already. You're gonna do that, but no Wonder Woman. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. There's gonna be no Wonder Woman with that mascara. That's kind of like a Gotham City without Batman. All right. So do the DC shows follow along with the movies? Because the DC shows are just something that they do. They're their own universe and all that other stuff. That's why the TV shows have done way more comic book related than the movies have. Now we already got Flashpoint and Crisis on Infinite Earth and what was it? Crisis X or some shit like that. We have so many things that happen in the TV shows that's, some of it is based off of the comics and all other shit, but none of it happened in the movie. We got a brand new Flash in this movie. We got a brand new Flash in Justice League that didn't know how to be a hero, where it came natural to him because he lost his mom and couldn't save his mom, so he wanted to be fast enough to never, to not miss some shit and save people. Like that was his whole thing, but we missed that. We missed the meat and potatoes of the Flash, and then we get this shit where it's like, why would you want to fight for this universe? Because this is the one where my mom lives. Wait a minute. I thought you went back in time. I didn't know you went to another fucking universe. Now what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And also, you didn't your mom didn't live in that timeline. If you saved it, you changed the timeline, and now why are you fighting so hard for this broken timeline? Because my mom's alive. Boom, beautiful. There goes the line right there. Like, I saw the coming attraction for that Flashpoint movie, and everybody's like, oh, that looks good. I don't see it. I remember when I saw the coming attraction for Batman vs Superman, I was like, oh, that movie's gonna suck. Like, that trailer, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. I was already mad. Then we saw the movie, and I was 5 minutes into it, I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. Batman does not fly with bats. I was about to walk out of that fucking spot. You remember that shit?
I remember that.
Remember that? I was about to walk out. The minute the bat, I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm out. Oh, it's a dream? Okay. And then he had a dream in a dream with Superman and the Flash. I'm like, how many dreams is this motherfucker having? Like, shit. The Flash movie, it looks like there's gonna be too much shit. They had no idea what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we have this guy as Batman, and everybody's gonna love it. Okay, yeah, cool. That's fine. But that don't mean nothing. I'm not mad that they changed Supergirl for Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? Because I know in the the comics it was Superman they found captured, not Kara.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna have Henry Cavill back, might as well give us fucking Kara.
Word. Do you think that's their answer to Captain Marvel?
Who, Supergirl?
Yeah,
No,
like Kara Danvers. that's their super powerful woman that can beat up everybody.
no, Wonder Woman is there. Yo, to be honest, as much as I like that movie and as much as I kind of like the character in the comics, I don't think DC has to worry about Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They got more to worry about from Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Word. Yeah, and Zod's in this shit, and if he changed the timeline, now here's the thing: if you change your timeline, I don't think you change the timeline for Krypton. So Superman has to be there. Maybe they captured Kara, who showed up later than Clark. But Clark has to be there. Now, he doesn't necessarily have to be Superman.
Yeah, but I think in certain runs of Supergirl, she winds up going through something and winds up in a universe on an Earth that didn't have Superman.
So she went through a wormhole.
Yeah. Either the wormhole or the Phantom Zone. Because I believe that there's certain iterations in which she's on her own. And then she meets up later. Because that's the whole thing where she has her whole team behind her. With the young Brainiac and the other fucking kids.
Yeah.
That's on an Earth that didn't have Superman. That's in a universe that she was the only Kryptonian. So, like they said, why do you want to pick this universe? So in this one, her ship came here and not Clark. But then, like you said, like Zod still showed up.
Yeah. And it's the same Zod.
Yeah. And it still looks like we're watching the destruction of Gotham from from Batman's perspective, like the first 5 minutes of Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
It's like everything played out the same except for one thing.
Yeah. This is the same exact movie as this one, except there's a girl in it now.
But you know what? I guess, to be honest, I guess that's what the fuck the multiverse is. Because the multiverse is literally a universe in when I didn't do that just now. So it's everything that happened except I didn't do that. Or I did that 4 more times. Or that's why all this shit is weird and wonky, and I'm not really into it. Because you really can't explain. You can't have a contingency for every fucking aspect of it.
Yeah.
Even with that being said, I am curious to see that movie everywhere, everything everywhere all at once.
I'm curious to see it too, just because all the damn awards. And apparently everybody's seen it. I've never. It's crazy. It's like no one says anything about it until it wins 1,000 awards, and now all of a sudden, oh, I love this movie when it came out. I saw it 6 times. Congratulations to this movie. It's the best movie I've ever seen. Nigga, that shit came out early last year. You ain't see that movie. You ain't see it. We know you ain't see it. You about to watch it right now. You ain't see that shit. Get off my dick with that shit. You ain't see it. I'm tired of your shit. You know what you saw? Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That's what you saw. That's what you wanted to win. Quan know what he talking about. I saw people talking about it when it released on DVD. Shit. I ain't never heard of that movie until it fucking robbed it robbed Wakanda Forever for all them fucking awards. Out of this shit. But yeah, what was he talking about? Before we got rudely interrupted.
Talk about Flashpoint.
Oh yeah, another thing about Flashpoint was supposed to be Bruce's father. Not a different version of Bruce. Not a 1980s version of Bruce.
Yeah. But I mean, given your options, right? If you're making a movie, do you try to do a Thomas Wayne that nobody knows and is kind of like the Punisher for no fucking reason? Or do you go with one of the best Batman to ever do it and get Michael Keaton back in the fucking suit? Because I don't know about you, I get Michael Keaton back 10 out of 10 times.
I hear you, but
especially after his portrayal of Vulture in the highly touted end scene of Morbius.
But who's the dude that played in the movie where he was blind? He was in Avatar. Everybody wanted him to be Cable.
Stephen Lang.
Yeah, get him to be Thomas Wayne.
I would honestly have picked Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Who?
Negan from Walking Dead. He
the
was
comedian?
The comedian in Watchmen. The leader of the losers and the losers.
Yeah.
Because he played Thomas Wayne in Batman v Superman.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, there you go. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But then again, we're in a different universe where everything's the same except for two people. So,
if they would have got George Clooney, dude, I'm telling you right now, if they would have got George Clooney, that would have been the second biggest retroactive making the movie good to Endgame and Thor: Dark World. To have George Clooney come back now and actually kill it as Batman would have made that movie fucking bad.
Shit.
And if I'm George Clooney, fuck it, I would have done it.
You know who I'd have got to play Batman? Tom Hanks. That man can do anything.
No, you know who I would get Tom Hanks to play?
The Riddler? I mean, the Penguin? Oh, the Riddler?
Yeah.
I can see him as the Penguin because of Elvis. He was looking a penguin looking motherfucker.
Yeah. He was looking Danny DeVito-ish.
But yeah.
Dude,
Sneaking
if
Billy
Billy
D.
D. Williams could act, can actually move and all that shit, yes. But I don't think he's up to the physical task.
Shit. I was gonna say, what's another dude from Star Wars, the guy who adopted Leia?
Oh, Jimmy Smits?
Yeah, put him as Two-Face.
Dude, Jimmy Smits is in everything.
There you go.
I can't believe he's not in the Marvel shit yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if he would be. One of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll make him one of Namor's fucking villains.
Word. Imagine that. I was just about to say something, then I'm thinking about it. Like, imagine him and Namor going after in a battle of words.
Shit, put Edward James Olmos in there. We'll get We'll make this like the first, like Wakanda, the first one. It's all Spanish actors in here. Let's go.
That's it. Fuck it. It's about time. Everybody, everywhere, everything. They win, so let's put everybody everywhere with everything. Let us win a couple times. Any thoughts on the Joker movie? To me, that's not a
second one.
I don't think. I think the first movie with Joaquin Phoenix was a good movie. It wasn't a Joker movie, but it was a good movie about somebody who played a clown. The second one, we're gonna make it stupid, and it's still gonna be about somebody playing a clown. Joker, like a DC Joker, a clown, maybe. I don't believe in that whole that shit. Because I was pissed. It was, like I said, it was a good movie. I was pissed off already. My man is the same age as Thomas Wayne, and he's Bruce Wayne's brother, but he's supposed to be Batman's arch nemesis, who's 40 years older than him, that came out at the same time. Nah. Let's not. The math there don't work. That's like Days of Futures Past.
Yo, don't get me started on that shit again. For the 100th time.
Go back in time and stop someone from doing something they never did.
Yo, my favorite part of that whole movie is Beast turning around going, time is like a river. You throw a rock in the river, it doesn't stop the river. The river just goes around it and keeps moving. That's like, cool. But that movie is like, hey, go throw the rock in this river, and you showed up at a lake and went, douche, it's in the lake now. Like, cool, great. Not what I said, but okay. You hit a body of water. Great job.
Yeah. Time is like a river. It can't be like a river. And here's the thing, though. If Mystique can 10 years before y'all meet, go back in time 50 years and do shit she ain't never did before, she ain't throw a rock in the river. She built a dam in the river and changed the way the water is flowing. Yeah. The river went to a different direction now. There is no longer this river's going straight. Because if that was the case, then she would have killed the president and things would have happened where it's like, okay, slight changes would have happened. The Mutant Act happened faster. This, that, and the third. There wouldn't be a school funded or whatever. Little things. Not the entire species of fucking human was killed by Sentinels, and now the Sentinels are mutants, and they got a cure, and they're in concentration camps. Wait a minute. That's not a rock in the river. That's a dam. She took the water out. That river went home. Yeah. We are in a drought, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the fuck happened. And that better not happen with the Flash shit.
How? It's clearly a different universe.
I guess so, but who's gonna stop General Zod from putting the 2 satellites up and turning Africa into Wakanda and America into fucking into Neptune and shit? That's what he was turning the planet inside out, killing everybody, killed millions of people. Godzilla was looking at this movie going, well, they got me beat. A Mecha Godzilla and King Kong ain't do this much fucking destruction.
Yeah. And we fist fought each other in fucking Hong Kong.
Yeah, we the size of skyscrapers inside of a major city and we ain't do this much damage. Who gonna stop that? Is the Flash gonna run through the core to disable both of the satellites? It's like zoo, 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 zoo. Like what happened here?
Dude, you know what? Well, probably Supergirl. But what's funny, the whole running
if Supergirl fucks up Zod better than Henry Cavill does, it's over.
Why?
Because it's just crazy how Superman lived with these powers, trained with these powers, and then all that other shit. And then this girl woke up one day and started beating the shit out of a general. Zod. Like, Zod was a grown man already, knew his shit. He knew how to control his shit. That's why he learned on the fly. Supergirl was held captive. I don't think she moved more than 3 feet. Now she's coming in the world ready to destroy shit. Killing everybody. Massive destruction.
Yeah, wouldn't you be?
I mean, I would, but that's me.
What the fuck is the difference?
The difference is Henry Cavill couldn't fuck up Zod. And if she's fucking up Zod in the first
You
go
know
around.
that. Henry Cavill killed Zod.
But that don't mean he fucked him up.
You don't remember the fucking
Yeah, put your hand in front of his eyes. Which is weird because the crazy shit is, right? He's shooting the beam and he breaks his neck to stop him from killing those people. You could have put your hand in front of the eyes. And we know this would have worked because on the TV show Lois and Clark on HBO, that they show the season on HBO Max now, when his son projects the fucking laser beams, he covers his fucking eyes with his hands and he shoots the fucking laser beams in his hands. You would have survived that.
You know what else is funny? I'm shooting here. Crack, right? Was I not going that direction?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, did he not crack his neck in the direction he was already going?
Yeah. Or the best part is, you're gonna kill the humans. Shoot it up. There's a neck. It's a joint. It moves any direction you want. Cover his eyes. Tell the people to run. I don't understand this shit. This is one of those you could have did other things. You know?
Yo, I'm looking up the clip right now in the last couple moments just to make sure I have it correct. Because the last thing I want to do is misremember this shit. He also could have like froze his eyes or some shit.
Yeah, something.
Or yeah, it looks like he goes, which puts him still facing the fucking way he was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means he still fucking lasers these people. But, and here's the funny part. Zod is struggling. He's got him here. What's the easiest thing he could have done that we haven't even mentioned yet?
Put him to sleep.
Fly away.
Oh no, you can't. You can't expect a superhuman being that had powers to fly away in a moment like that. What would the people thought? That he was a coward and just he didn't want to see them get burnt up? That's why he fucking flew away with him, little pussy. You couldn't stop him from burning me up while he was here. You had to fly away with him, pussy.
Think about it. How much better the movie would have been had he had grabbed Zod, flew up into space, all while hearing, "Fly me to the moon, let me lay among the stars." Like,
Word.
then we could have had a cutscene of him and Zod sitting on the moon talking about how to control his laser eyes.
And then you could have had Superboy fly up there and just shooting Zod. Put him in the Phantom Zone and bow. Fucking shooting him up and shit. Because now we wouldn't have been worried about what happened with his eyes. Like, where the fuck did Superboy come from? Boom, part 2. Now we in the nitty gritty. And that's what they call it.
Goes back and it's not Superboy, it's Supergirl.
Yep. They would have called it that. Superman 2. Now we in the nitty gritty. Boom.
Yo, I want to make another sequel that's whatever 2 Electric Boogaloo.
That's what we need a Green Lantern to, Electric Boogaloo.
Yo, that's gonna be my fucking thing. Any sequel from now on is Electric Boogaloo. Vic, what are you gonna go see next weekend? John Wick 4, Electric Boogaloo.
That's what we need. Fuck it. But yo, it's 12 o'clock. You know what that means. We had a hell of a show. Cabs, thanks for coming on as long as you did. We talked about Shazam, The Last of Us, video games, the new future of DC, all the potholes that they had in the old future of DC. So now we're chilling like villains on penicillins. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead sign out. Peace, everybody. I'm the real MVP of this stream. You're right.